your home for Arkansas Travelers baseball. This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It's time for Arkansas Travelers baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Live from Wichita, Kansas, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Lawrence Dumont Stadium here in Wichita. Tonight, Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Wichita Wranglers in the fifth and final game of this five-game series. It's a beautiful day along the banks of the Arkansas River. Phil Elson with you for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show here in game number 9 of the 2006 season. Yes, it is one day until opening day at Raywinder Field. At first, the Travs are going to try to wrap up this road trip in style. They've won 5 of the first 8 games of this trip, including another impressive win yesterday over Wichita. The Travelers pounding out a season-high 20 base hits. They doubled up Wichita 10-5. Outstanding work from just about every Traveler in the starting 9. But the stars were Aaron Peel and Bobby Wilson, each of them with 4 base hits. Peel drove in the winning runs with a 2-out, 2-run single in the 8th inning. And the Travs tacked on 3 in the 8th to take the lead. They tacked on 2 more in the 9th just for good measure. And the Arkansas Travelers have already won this series with Wichita. The Travs have taken 3 of the first 4 games in this set, so they are guaranteed a winning record before the home opener tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Wranglers' struggles continue. They've played 8 games, losing 7 of them. Wichita had to release their designated hitter and cleanup batter 2 days ago, and then their manager, Frank White, almost got into a shouting match with a starting pitcher from Wednesday. So things are not very good here for the Wranglers, but things couldn't be much better for the Travs. With a 5-3 record, they're tied with Tulsa and Springfield in the early going for the top record in the North Division, and Wichita has already fallen 5 games off the pace with that 1-7 record. Taking a look at the starting pitching matchup today, it'll be right-hander Chris Hunter making his second start for the Travs. He got a no decision on Sunday at Springfield, giving up 5 runs in 5 1/3 innings. Meanwhile, Juan Cedeno will be towing the rubber for Wichita. Cedeno, who was originally part of the Red Sox organization, traded to the Royals last year for Tony Graffinino. And Cedeno has made 1 start this year with Wichita, getting a no decision. He gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in 4 innings. It's been a very windy day here in Wichita. In fact, there's been gusts of wind up to about 45 miles an hour. And there is a slight chance for thunderstorms as we get into the late innings of the game, but should be in the clear for the most part, with the exception of the occasional gust of wind up to 35 to 40 miles an hour. It really, you don't get a good idea of if the wind is going to aid pitchers or if it's going to aid the hitters. It just looks like the wind is swirling. Some of the flags are blowing out to left field, other flags are blowing in from right, so it is a swirly, windy day here in the aviation city. But there is mostly sunny skies, not too many clouds out there. For the most part, it's a comfortable early evening, 88 degrees, and should be getting into the low 80s, high 80s, by the high 70s, by the time this ball game is over. It's going to be a long day for the Travs. Right after this game, they'll get on the luxury liner and ride back to Little Rock and probably arrive at Raywinder Field at about 6 in the morning, and then 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, it is the Travs home opener, the final home opener in the history of Raywinder Field. And there's plenty of tickets still available. You can just show up at the box office tomorrow. The gates will open at 2:30. A pregame Easter egg roll on the field beginning at 3 o'clock. And so the first pitch at 4 o'clock. 5-game set for the Tulsa Drillers, followed by 5 more against the Wichita Wranglers, all at Raywinder Field. And, of course, there's more information available online at Travs.com. Or, as I said, you can just show up at the box office tomorrow and pick up your tickets for opening night. This is the ITT Technical Institute pregame show here on Little Rock's ESPN 1380. Your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, go online to itt-tech.edu. Coming up next, we'll have a quick look around the Texas League and see what happened yesterday, and also glance around the Angels farm system on the Ag Pro Farm Report. This is the ITT Tech pregame show on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use as directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Lawrence Dumont Stadium here on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. The Arkansas Travelers getting set to battle Wichita in the final game of this 5-game series. First pitch tonight scheduled for 7:05. And that first pitch will be thrown by Juan Cedeno of the Wranglers, a left-hander, and it'll be Chris Hunter taking the mound for the Arkansas Travelers. We'll be seeing the Wranglers next week at Raywinder Field starting on Friday, April the 21st. That'll be a magnetic schedule giveaway, and it is also organ donor awareness night. Travelers are not going to be back here in Wichita, thankfully, until middle June. It looks like, not even until the middle of June. We're not going to be here until July again, July the 5th through the 9th. So this is the only trip that the Travs take to Wichita in the first half of the season. Checking around the rest of the Texas League, Springfield continues their hot hitting with a 7-3 win over the Tulsa Drillers last night at Driller Stadium. Each of the teams now with a 5-3 record. Rico Washington is tearing the cover off the ball. First year with the Cardinals, and Washington already leading the Texas League with 5 home runs. He had a 2-run shot yesterday and finished with 4 runs batted in. Reed Gorecki also hitting a homer. It was his 3rd of the year. Kevin Uhl got the win in relief. Kaiser the loss as a starter for Tulsa, and against Springfield and the Drillers, each with an identical record at 5-3, and that's the same record put together by the Arkansas Travelers so far. In the South Division, Frisco with a 9-3 win over Corpus Christi. Grayson, their center fielder and number 9 hitter, had the big day. 4 for 5, scored 3 runs, knocked in 4, and also hit his first home run of the season. The Hooks managed only 6 base hits, 3 of them by first baseman J.R. House. That included House's 2nd homer of the year. But the win for the Frisco Rough Riders puts them at 3-5, while the Hooks fall to 4-4. And San Antonio last night, they lost to Midland at home, 6-2. Midland with 10 base hits in the ball game. Vasily Spanos connecting on the lone home run of the game for the Rockhounds. It was his first of the year. Jason Perry, Kevin Melillo, Spanos, each with 2 base hits in the ball game. Winning pitcher was Aguiar, allowed only 1 unearned run over 5 innings. Cesar Jimenez took the loss for the San Antonio Missions. Tonight of the Texas League, it's wrapping up a series in every one of the cities. Frisco at Corpus Christi, Midland visiting San Antonio, and the Springfield Cardinals and the Drillers at Driller Stadium in Tulsa. Keep you updated on those games as we go throughout the broadcast. And right now we'll have a look at the Angels Ag Pro Farm Report, brought to you by Ag Pro of Central Arkansas, which is located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England. AAA Salt Lake continues to win 6-1 over the Portland Beavers, and the Bees with a 5-4 record after that victory. Tommy Murphy with another pretty good game. Picked up one base hit, lowering actually his average to .438. Murphy with the third highest average in the PCL so far. Eric Ibar hit his first AAA home run, as did Howie Kendrick. And Mike Napoli chipped in with a couple of base hits. He drove in a run and scored one as well. Chris Buchek with 5 shutout innings as the starter. He picks up the win. And Seth Etherton, a former Angels farmhand, was the losing pitcher for Portland. So look at the stats for Salt Lake. Shows you that some of the former Travs just picking up where they left off last year. Murphy hitting .438. Kendry Morales, he's not hitting so well. .256 with 1 home run. Howie Kendrick is hitting .410 already with 5 extra base hits. And Eric Ibar hitting at a .351 clip. Where the Angels might have something to be desired that's being left behind, Dallas McPherson is really struggling at AAA. Dallas 5 for 35 on the young season with only 1 home run. And McPherson, of those 35 at-bats, he has struck out 22 times. So hard times for McPherson that started last year with an injury-filled campaign in his first year in the majors and demoted to AAA to start this year, and Dallas having a rough go of him. At high single-A Rancho Cucamonga, the Quakes, they're actually playing the best baseball in the system. They won 5-4 at Lancaster. Bobby Mitchell's Quakes have a record of 6-2 on the young season. Rancho Cucamonga with 14 base hits yesterday, 3 by Cody Fuller, their right fielder. Tim Duff, a couple of base hits and an RBI, and Drew Toussaint scored 2 runs. Jose Arredondo, the starting pitcher, remember, he pitched for the Travs for about 3 games last year in an emergency spot. He struck out 9 in 5 innings, did not get the win. It was Pete who gets the win in relief, and Matt Lynch came on to save it. Cedar Rapids also won. They were a winner at Wisconsin by a 4-2 final score. And Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League, 5 wins, 4 losses. Kuhn, the center fielder, a couple of hits, 2 RBIs. Warner Madrigal also with 2 base hits. Winning pitcher for Cedar Rapids was Stephen Merrick, hard-throwing righty, 5 innings, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, only 1 run. And Merrick picked up his first win of the year. The Angels, they lost yesterday to Baltimore. And the Angels today also lost again to Baltimore, 3-2. That'll drop the Halos to 5-6. Bartolo Colon has dropped his first 2 decisions, while Eric Bedard picked up the win. He's got a record of 3-0. So the Angels, in that record at 5 wins and 6 losses, nobody's really jumped out of the starting gate of the West Division in the American League. Oakland and Seattle each 6-6. Angels 5-6, and Texas 4-8. That's your look at the Ag Pro Farm Report. Brought to you by Ag Pro of Central Arkansas. Located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, in England, Ag Pro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. In fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at Ag Pro's website, and online that is agprocompanies.com. Travs and the Wichita Wranglers getting set for Game 5 of this series. Come back with the Southwest Airlines Major League Scoreboard after these words on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most, yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SPC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not
no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories. Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching, too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose? Besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had. 1-866-NOW-QUIT.
Ready?
Call now.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
First pitch in tonight's baseball game coming up in about 12 minutes. We've got plenty to talk about still on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. leading up to that first pitch. Bachelor of Science degrees are available in a number of fields from ITT Tech, and you can find a program of your interest at www.itt-tech.edu. Well, the New York Mets have been a big story to start the season in the National League, but today they were shut down pretty well by Tomooka and the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee winning 8-2 at Shea Stadium on Jackie Robinson Day, where Jackie's widow, Rachel Robinson, was honored in a pregame ceremony. Oka with the win is 1-1. Milwaukee got a couple of homers, Jeff Jenkins and Carlos Lee. St. Louis roughed up Cincinnati 9-3 at Busch Stadium. Scott Spezio, Hector Luna, and Albert Pujols all going deep. Pujols with his 5th home run of the year. Adam Dunn has done one better than Pujols. He had number 6. Sidney Ponson won in his debut in St. Louis. Dave Williams took the loss, and Williams' record is 0-2. Finals in the American League. We've already told you Baltimore defeated Anaheim 3-2. Eric Bedard is the winner. He's 3-0, and Bartolo Colon falls to 0-2. Angels are 5-6, while the Baltimore Orioles have jumped out with a 7-5 record. Very interesting bottom of the 6th inning for the Oakland A's today. The A's hit home runs on 3 consecutive pitches. Frank Thomas, Milton Bradley, and Nick Swisher were the trio to do that, and they end up with a 5-4 win over the Texas Rangers in Oakland. Thomas with a homer, his 3rd. Bradley hit his 2nd, Swisher's 4th. Eric Chavez chipped in with his 6th. Rich Harden got the victory, and Houston Street saved his 3rd. Texas's Phil Nevin connected on his 3rd home run of the year. Bobby Jenks saved another one for Chicago. The White Sox 4, Toronto 2. A.J. Burnett debuted, pitched well but took the loss. He's 0-1. Jenks, he saved his 4th. Paul Konerko, 2 homers for the White Sox. He's got 4 this year. Mark Buehrle was the winning pitcher, and his record 2 wins, no losses. The Seattle Mariners blank Boston today at Fenway Park, 3-0. The Mariners limit the Red Sox to only 5 base hits. Joel Pinheiro with the win is 2-1. Eddie Guardado saved his 2nd, and Tim Wakefield took the loss, falling to 1-2. The Cleveland Indians a 7-2 win at Detroit, with Fausto Carmona making his Major League debut and getting the win. Jeremy Bonderman suffers the loss. Travis Hafner hit the game's only homer. It was his Major League leading 7th of the year. And there's 2 games in progress right now in the American League. The Yankees trailing Minnesota, bottom of the 2nd, 2-0. And Kansas City trailing Tampa Bay, 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. In the National League, it's the Washington Nationals over Florida, 2-1. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning in Miami. End of 3 in Atlanta. Adam LaRoche hit a solo homer in the bottom of the 2nd to give the Braves their current 1-0 lead. And the Pittsburgh Pirates leading Chicago after 3 innings at the Berg. It's 1-0 Pirates. In the National League later tonight, Philadelphia at Colorado. That game will start in about 10 minutes. John Lieber and Jason Jennings are the starting pitchers. Lieber signed for the offseason 0-2 with an 8.71 ERA. Houston visiting Arizona. That'll start at 8:40. It's going to be Rodriguez pitching for Houston against Claudio Vargas of Arizona. And the Giants and the Dodgers tonight at Dodger Stadium. Jason Schmidt will pitch for San Francisco against Odalis Perez. Barry Bonds is scheduled to be in the lineup. He'll be batting 4th today. He has only 1 RBI. And Bonds announced today that he's going to be continuing to play this season with what he said was 11 to 12 bone chips floating around in his left elbow. And that's the elbow that he generates quite a lot of the power with. That's his power hand on the swing. So Bonds playing with a bum knee, a bum elbow, and perhaps a bum rap, according to the federal government, as they've been launching a grand jury investigation into possible perjury that Bonds could have committed during his grand jury testimony in the Balco case last year. So the season gets even more interesting for Barry Bonds. We'll keep you updated on all the scores from the Texas League and the majors as we get throughout our broadcast tonight on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. But for right now, we'll keep it here for the moment. The lineups are getting exchanged at the plate. We'll give you those lineups in just a couple of minutes. Would like to remind you that the Travelers are going to be coming home tomorrow for the home opener of the 2006 baseball season. Tickets still available. All you got to do is just show up at the Ray Winterfield box office. Tickets will be on sale most of the day, but the gates will open at 2:30 and the first pitch set for 4 p.m. Monday, it's going to be our first Screaming Kids Day, better known as Petit Jean Meets School Kids Day, 10:30 in the morning, and then if any adults would like to come out to the ball game, you can pick up a discount coupon in the sports section of Monday's Democrat Gazette. Get there early. The buses arrive at 9:30, and once the kids get there, they do not stop screaming. Tuesday, you've got discount tickets at Exxon, any place in Little Rock, Greater Little Rock, Exxon Station. Those tickets will get you in for $3 a piece. It'll also be bingo between innings for playing. We're going to be playing for dinners at Villa Italian Restaurant in Golden Corral. Wednesday, your discount tickets are at Ready Ice, anywhere Ready Ice is sold, which would be most Little Rock, Exxon, or Shell stations. Thursday night, a new promotion, Pettigene Family Night. All you got to do is pick up a packet of any very high quality and very tasty, I might add, Pettigene meats at your grocery store. Bring the receipt or a clean wrapper to the ballpark, and you'll get general admission for just $3 a piece. And it's also Land of Frost Bingo on Thursday night. Friday and Saturday against Wichita, it's magnetic schedules given away to the first 1,000 fans that come into the ballpark each night. Both nights will start at 7:10. Organ Donor Awareness Night on Friday, brought to you by the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency. Miss Arkansas, Eudora Mosby throws out the first pitch and sings the national anthem. Again, that'll be next Friday at Ray Winder Field. Saturday, April 22nd, another magnetic schedule giveaway brought to you by the Arkansas Health Coalition Incorporated and Comcast. And then Family Sunday on Sunday, April 23rd. It's a new promotion for the Travelers. If you bring your church bulletin to the ballpark for any Sunday home game, with the exception of the home opener, you'll get the entire family in for just $6. Also, it'll be AARP Day on Sunday, April 23rd. AARP members get in for free with their membership card. And it's the Jim Eldergood Sports Fund Kids Clinic on an action-packed Sunday afternoon. Jim Eldergood Sports Fund presented the Kids Clinic on the field with Traveler players and coaches. Gates on Sunday, April 23, open at 12:30. First pitch will be thrown at 2 o'clock. About to have the Wranglers take the field. We'll take a break and come back with the starting lineups. Travs and Wichita wrapping up this 5-game set on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowle. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success.
Hey, Brad.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card.
Play that extra
Cashback,
60-second
airline
break
miles,
after
or
this break,
merchandise
okay?
points. And you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points. And you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at amcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
In sports, a cheer can be a great way to get your team pumped up. Here at FedEx, we want you to be pumped up about shipping with FedEx Ground, so we thought we'd do a little cheer of our own. Is everyone ready? Then let's get this party started.
Ready? Let's go! Hey, people in the stand, get up and clap for
FedEx Ground.
Hey, people in the stand, get up and stop.
Your feet. Because FedEx Ground is a reliable and cost-effective way to handle all your day-to-day shipping needs.
Stand up.
FedEx Ground.
Clap your hands, stand up.
FedEx Ground.
Stop your knees. Go, team, go.
That was Sticky Fresh. I do not know about you, but I am pumped to the max. Woo-hoo! For more information, go to FedEx.com. Relax. It's FedEx.
KBXE North Little Rock.
Your Star-Spangled Banner performed here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. And let's get to the starting lineup. We begin with the Royals AA affiliate, the Wichita Wranglers, managed by Frank White with a record of 1 win and 7 losses. Leading off for the Wranglers will be the shortstop Ángel Sánchez, with Chris Lubanski batting second and playing in center field. Hitting third is left fielder Billy Butler, while Alex Gordon cleans up and plays third base. In the 5-hole for Wichita is right fielder Mitch Maier. Adam Kine batting 6th, playing first base. Designated hitter Kila Ka'aihue batting 7th. Catcher Matt Tupman hits 8th for Wichita. And second baseman Walter Sabia will bat 9th. The Arkansas Travelers, managed by Ty Boykin, are 5-3, and tonight Dwayne Bacon leads off to play center field. Right fielder Aaron Peel in the 2 spot, with Brandon Wood hitting third and playing at shortstop. Batting 4th, the third baseman Matt Brown. Designated hitter Mike Elward will bat 5th tonight, with catcher Bobby Wilson in the 6th spot. Batting 7th for the Travs is left fielder David Gates. Greg Porter batting 8th is starting at first base today, batting 9th, and playing second base for the Travelers, Casey Smith. Starting pitcher for Wichita is left-hander Juan Cedeno. On the mound for the Travs is Chris Hunter. Hunter, 6'4", 205 pounds, from Linden, Utah, 15 wins, 17 losses in his career with a .458 ERA over 2 professional seasons. And meanwhile, it is Cedeno pitching for the Wranglers. Cedeno listed at 6'1", 175 pounds. He is only 22 years old and is out of the Dominican Republic. Signed by the Red Sox in 2001, he lasted 4 seasons in the low minors of Boston and was traded to the Kansas City Royals in a deal that netted Boston Tony Graffinino. And so the Royals pretty high on Cedeno. They did get him up to AA Wichita last year, made 11 appearances at the end of the season, but the Texas League smacked him around. He had a 7.20 ERA and gave up 4 home runs in those 11 games. Leading things off for the Travs, Dwayne Bacon. Dwayne picked the perfect spot for his first RBI of the season. Yesterday, a game-tying hit in the 6th inning, and Dwayne would finish 2 for 6. He's gone hitless over the first 4 games of the series. Here's a delivery to Bacon. It is outside, and we are underway at 7:06 tonight in Wichita with game-time temperature at 87 degrees. The winds are swirling around, but they've died down a little bit as the left-hander Cedeno delivers, and Bacon slices it up the middle, and it gets over the shortstop and into center field for a base hit. And so Dwayne Bacon, who was 1 for 22 going into yesterday's game, now collects his 3rd hit in 7 at-bats. And the Travs bring Aaron Peel to the plate. So the umpires for tonight, Abe Froman calling balls and strikes, Cameron Fry at third base, and Edward Rooney calls the outs at first. Travs got ahead yesterday in the 1st inning, and they put up 3 runs in inning number 1 on Thursday. So Travs have scored a run in the 1st inning 2 games in a row. They had the leadoff man aboard here. A delivery to Peel. Strike called on the outside corner. 0-1 of the Trav right fielder. Peel, one of 2 Travs to collect 4 hits yesterday. Aaron now hitting .371. No homers with 4 runs batted in. Right-handed batter, and they're going to try to come inside on him. There's a throw to first, and Bacon is caught off of first base. First baseman Kime runs him to second, tags him with a bare hand, and Bacon was just frozen there at first base. And Cedeno showed him a very good pickoff move, but Traveler first base coach Keith Johnson has made a point, as he did yesterday, to let umpires know he thinks that these pitchers are getting away with a balk. But pickoff's going to stand. It'll go 1-3, and that is the 3rd Traveler base runner picked off this season. And now the base is empty, and back to the windup is Cedeno, and an 0-1 to Peel is slowly bounced on the right side to the first baseman Kime. Easy unassisted put out for him, and there's 2 outs. Lawrence Dumont Stadium is 400 feet to dead center and 330 down the line. Not necessarily into the power alleys, but more directly into left and the right field at 385 feet. So those alleys are about 390. So it does have to be a poke to get it out of here, but for some reason on some days the ball just carries here, wind or no wind. Wood stepping in there, struggled the last couple of days, but he takes a pitch down low for a ball from Cedeno. Wood, the only Traveler in the starting lineup to not collect a hit yesterday, finished 0 for 5, struck out twice. Right-handed batter is at 2 homers on the season with 7 RBIs as the pitch from Cedeno comes inside, and it's 2-0 on Wood. Matt Brown is on deck. Wood was pitched around 3 days ago, and the Travs were trailing by 2 in the 8th inning. The bases had been empty. They pitched around Brandon, And Brown came to the plate, hit a 2-run homer to tie the game. Brandon waiting for the winds to stop blowing right in his eye and might have picked up some dust or even some sunflower seeds that are blowing through the air. Now the windup in the 2-0 to Brandon, and he looks at a high fastball. Thought about swinging, but held back, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. So let's see if Cedeno gives in. Travs do get the green light on a 3-0 pitch, and here is that pitch. It is under the knees, ball 4, and Wood very calmly takes a 4-pitch walk and lets Matt Brown come up to the plate, see if he can't do any damage. Outfielders behind Cedeno, Butler in left, Levansky in center, Maier in right. On the infield from third to first is Alex Gordon, Ángel Sánchez, Walter Sevilla, Adam Keim, and the catcher Matt Tupman. Cedeno lefty on the mound to face Matt Brown. Brown taking a practice hack. Trav, third baseman, has had a hit in all 8 games this year, including a couple of hits yesterday. Into the stretch, Cedeno. He'll come home to Brown, and Matt takes in the dirt, ball 1. Nice dig up by the catcher Tupman, but Cedeno's now missed with 5 consecutive pitches. 1-0 on Brownie. He was at .382 in 8 games this year with 2 home runs, both of them in this series, and 6 RBI. 5 of those RBI came against Wichita. Cedeno with a stretch at his letters. He comes home, and the pitch to Brown is a strike on a curveball. Nice-looking hook. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brown. Wood at first base with Keim holding him on. Cedeno picked off Dwayne Bacon after he led the game off with a single to center. Wood with a pretty conservative lead. The 1-1 to Brown is low. It was a slow breaking ball, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Brown. 20 base hits for the Travelers yesterday. They've just pounded the ball in this series against the Wranglers. 48 base hits in 4 games for the Travs. And now a 2-1 pitch to Brown. He swings in with a little late. He pops it up out of play. Sails in between the first base seats and Ye Old Beer Garden, which is down the right field line. Right into the parking lot, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Brown. Wind has picked up a little bit, and it's blowing out to right field now. It's no longer swirling. It's a very strong, stiff breeze out to the right field corner. Just underway, top of the first, 2 outs. Travs have Wood at first base, and again, a very conservative lead. He's only 3 feet off the bag. The pitch to Brown is sliced foul over at Ye Old Beer Garden now, and over to a playground area. You find it interesting that the playground area is right next to Ye Old Beer Garden. And what do you know? The sign is up on the beer garden. Hadn't that Ye Old Beer Garden sign up over the first 4 games of this series. Old English writing. So they've got that sign back up to let everybody know that's where you go. Cedeno to the plate, a 2-2, and Brown stays alive with his 3rd consecutive foul ball. This one went straight back. Brown's not getting cheated on his swings. Cedeno has yet to give in with a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Cedeno with the ball behind his back. He rests it on his left hip as he gets the sign. Brown waits. The catcher sets up on the inside corner, and there's a throw to first instead. And once again, Keith Johnson asking the first base umpire why it's not a balk. With a left-hander on the mound, he's been making the point of the bunch after the game that these left-handers, on occasion, are stepping somewhat halfway to the plate and halfway to first base, kind of a 45 degrees in between those, the plate and first, and that usually would be a balk. Here's a 2-2, and Brown fouled it straight back. He's got a pitch to hit there. Just missed putting it in play. The count remains 2-2. Yesterday, Johnson even got in one of the umpire's faces after Aaron Peel was picked off. So it does seem to be a bone of contention with the Traveler coaching staff that the umpires that the Texas League is using this year to weather the minor league umpire strike, if they're having some trouble with legal moves to first by the pitcher. Another 2-2 is fouled back by Brown. That's 5 consecutive pitches that he has fouled away. It is worth noting that these replacement umpires have done a pretty good job with balls and strikes, judgment calls, fair balls, foul balls, and also conferring on questionable calls and making sure they get it right. Guys have done a good job. Brown has fouled off 5 consecutive pitches, and Cedeno delivers, and Brown takes a changeup in the dirt. It is dug out by Tupman. That's 9 pitches between Cedeno and Brown, and finally we get to a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So Wood will get a head start off at first base. They'll keep Kime over there to keep him a little closer. Second baseman Sevilla shades up the middle. He's 2 steps onto the outfield grass off the infield turf. Cedeno ready. And the left-hander will throw to first base instead. Wood was reading that. He got back in standing up. Outfield gives the left field corner for Brown. And considering the wind is blowing towards right field to the corner, it'd be pretty tough to get one just inside that left field line. Unless you hit a ball that looks like it's going foul and the wind blows it fair. Cedeno ready once again. And here's the 3-2 pitch to Brown. It is called strike 3 on the outside corner, and the Travs are done in the first inning. So Brown is rung up on a borderline pitch on the outside corner, and the Travs go with no runs on 1 hit and 1 stranded in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom half, and here comes Wichita to the plate facing Chris Hunter right after this on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
A traveler nearing a great city asked an old man seated by the road, "What are the people like in the city?" Well, the man asked, "What were they like where you came from?" The traveler said, "They were horrible, mean, unworthy, detestable in all respects." "Ah," said the old man, "you'll find them the same in the city ahead." Scarcely had the first traveler gone on his way when another stopped to inquire about the people in the city before him. Again, the old man asked about the people in the place the traveler had just left. "They were fine people, honest, industrious, and generous to a fault," declared the second traveler. "I was sorry to leave." The old man responded, "That's exactly how you'll find the people here." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, the way people see others is really just a reflection of themselves.
For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
You are witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob, the game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Oh, I can feel that hit up here.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Chris Hunter warming up here on the Lawrence Dumont Stadium pitcher's mound. Tall right-hander from Utah Valley State, about to make his second AA start. Chris made his AA debut on Sunday against the Springfield Cardinals. Got hit around pretty well, 6 hits, 5 1/3 innings, and 5 runs scored against him. Also allowed a couple of home runs by Mike McCoy and Brian Martin. Tell you what, though, that Springfield team looks like they really have a good bit of power.
Leading off for the Wranglers tonight, shortstop.
So allowing home runs to that club, not necessarily so much of a big deal, which the Cardinals hit 5 homers 2 days ago at Tulsa, 2 more yesterday. Hunter usually a guy that'll keep the ball down in the strike zone. He had allowed 11 home runs last year in 29 appearances, so did a good job of keeping the ball in the park. First offering to Ángel Sánchez is over the plate at the knees for strike 1. Sánchez, Chris Lubanski, and Billy Butler. Top third of the order facing Hunter, and the right-hander into the windup. Trav delivers, and it's right down the middle for a strike. Nice tight slider, and it is 0-2 on Sánchez. Sánchez is 5 for 15 in the series. Had a couple of hits yesterday, but he chokes up on 2 strikes, and Hunter throws the pitch. And a slider low and outside, ball 1. Chris Hunter at 6'4", 205 pounds. His pitch is chopped to the third baseman Brown. Waits for the second bounce, backhands, winds up and fires across the Porter. And he retires Sánchez by a good step and a half, 1 away. And now it'll be Chris Lubanski up to the plate. Here are the fielders behind Chris Hunter. In the outfield, it's David Gates in left, Dwayne Bacon in center, Aaron Peel, your right fielder today. Third baseman is Brown, Brandon Wood at shortstop, Casey Smith starting at second base, and Greg Porter's at first. Catching is Bobby Wilson. Lubanski, the batter, he's left-handed, deep in the box, waits for Hunter to come home. He does, and it's low. 1 ball, no strikes on Lubanski. Billy Butler into the on-deck circle. Hunter's 1-0 pitch. Missed outside. It's 2-0. 0-0. Bottom of the first here in Wichita. For the first time since Tuesday, the Travs failed to score in inning number 1. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Hunter, and that's inside, ball 3. Meanwhile, Wichita has also scored in each of the last 2 nights in inning number 1. So they've got a little streak going. Hunter behind, 3 balls, no strikes on Lubanski. And here is the pitch. It was in the middle of the plate, strike 1. Lubanski has taken 7 walks this year. He's only been on base with 3 hits. He's 3 for 28 this year in his first go-around at Double-A. The 3-1 pitch from Hunter is fouled at the plate, and he fooled Lubanski. Had him way in front of a changeup on a fastball count. Nice job there by Hunter and Bobby Wilson to call that pitch. So Hunter's taking a 3-0 count. He brings it full. 1 away, nobody on base. And the high leg kick, here's the 3-2. A swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider. 2 outs in inning number 1, and for Hunter, that's strikeout number 3 on the season. Chris, a 41st round pick of the Angels in 2003. Last year, split the season between Rancho Cucamonga, where as a starting pitcher, he went 6-8 with a 5.11 ERA. And then got the call to Salt Lake. He skipped over Double-A for the last month of the season and carried a 5.86 Triple-A earned run average. 8 games, half out of the bullpen. Butler, the batter, big and right-handed. Hunter's delivery is low, ball 1. Hunter yesterday 0 for 4, but he did not get a run with a sac fly. The windup, the 1-0 pitch from Hunter is swung on and popped up on the infield to the right side. Casey Smith underneath it, and he'll make the catch pretty close to second base. 1-2-3, go to Wichita Wranglers. Nice job by Chris Hunter. Going into the top of the second here in Wichita, 0-0 our score on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Balloon individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Traveler baseball moves into the top of the second inning here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. 0-0 score. Travs recorded the only hit of inning number 1 here on this blustery yet comfortable early evening in Wichita. 4 o'clock first pitch tomorrow afternoon at Ray Winder Field. The Tulsa Drillers in town to open up the home schedule. Mike Elward leads off the second here for the Travs and takes a high fastball from Juan Cedeno. 1 ball, no strike. Manny Ujoa is set to pitch for the Drillers tomorrow against Jesse Smith. Trav right-hander making his second Double-A start. Pitch on the way to Elward. Hung down the middle. He took a curveball for strike 1. Elward, the 5-hitter, the DH today. His .394 batting average ranks as the 3rd highest in the Texas League. The 1-1. Swing and a line drive base hit into left field. It's not too close to the line. Billy Butler is there to keep it to a single. And Mike Elward aboard once again with his 7th base hit of this series. And Elward, who leads the Travs in base hits in the early going, collects his 14th. So Elward aboard, and the Travs get the leadoff batter on for the 2nd inning in a row, and now bringing Bobby Wilson up to the plate. Wilson, fine game yesterday, 4 for 5 with a run batted in, scored 2 runs. Wilson went into yesterday's game with 3 hits and 17 at-bats. So he raised his average up to 318 with just 1 game. Delivery on the way, and Wilson swings and misses out in front of a very slow changeup. And it is 0-1 on the Traveler catcher. David Gates into the on-deck circle. Wilson, no homers, 1 RBI, has no extra base hits, though the official score did rob him of a triple yesterday. Cedeno delivers an 0-1 to Wilson, and he takes low. Dug out by Tupman. Elward, ever the aggressive runner at first, even had thoughts of trying to get to second base, but once he saw Tupman scooped it up, he did not want to run the risk. Wilson, a very balanced approach to the plate. Pretty close up there, deep in the box. Cedeno kicks, comes home with a 1-1, and Bobby shoots it towards the corner in left field. That is a base hit. It got by the outfielder Butler all the way to the fence. We're off to the races. Elward at third base. They'll try to score him. Here comes Sanchez with a cutoff throw home. It won't be in time. And chugging for third base is Wilson. He is safe. 1-0 Travelers on a double by Bobby Wilson, scoring Elward all the way from first. And the Travelers collect their first run of the game. 6 batters in.
David Gates. The Planet Stub came in tonight. If he strikes out, your ticket stub is good for a $1.60.
So credit Wilson with his second RBI of this season. And now David Gates will step up. Gates will try to make it 2-0, and with nobody out, the infield plays back. Gates a fly ball hitter. And here comes a pitch. He swings and misses, trying to yak that one out of the ballpark. Strike 1. Gator sat the bench yesterday. He gets the start in the outfield against a left-hander, giving Jason Espedo the day off, at least for the moment. Gates has played 2 games in this series. He's 2 for 7 with a solo home run. Cedeno from the stretch, and Gates swings through the fastball again. Strike 2. Greg Porter on deck. Wilson at third after a double. He went to third base on the throw home, scoring Elward. Gates holds the bat pretty high. Cedeno with a high set position. Now the 0-2 to Gator is low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on David Gates. Gates 2 for 11 this year. Remember, he had a torrid month of April in 2005, but doesn't find himself in the lineup every day this year. Cedeno, a long look for the sign. He steps off. Matt Tupman flashing a new set of signs out for the left-hander. He accepts them. Gates waits, and here's the 1-2. They'll take it low, and Tupman able to block that one. It rattled between his feet. He looked behind him, looked to the front, but realized the ball was right underneath him. He made the play, keeping Wilson at third base. Mentioned how well Gates hit during the month of April last year. And he had All-Star written all over him April 2005. 5 home runs, 24 driven in. And he started just about every day in April last year, not so much this year. Cedeno ready once again, and the 2-2 to Gates is swung on a chop to third base, played by Gordon. Wilson holds at third base, the throw to first retires Gates, and that's out number 1. Good play by Gordon, because Wilson was trying to see if he could get the third baseman to try to tag him out. Bobby wasn't out of the sliding pit, but he was playing a game of chicken with Alex Gordon. Gordon, once he made the play, realized Wilson wasn't going to try to score. He would have been dead meat at home. And so he made the long throw across to retire the first batter of the inning, and here comes Greg Porter. The infield will come about halfway in, and on an AstroTurf infield surface that's not all the way up, they'll play a couple of steps behind the bases. Porter left-handed against a left-handed pitcher, and the first pitch gets behind the catcher. Here comes Wilson from third base. He scores with no play, and that'll make it 2-0. Or Cedeno came high and tight with a fastball, and he rode too much of it out of his hand. It just seemed to slip a little, and Tupman had no play. Charged a wild pitch on Cedeno to make it 2-0. So Porter went up to the plate expecting an RBI opportunity, but no more unless he homers. Now the base is empty, and Cedeno goes to the windup. 2-0 Travelers in inning number 2. The 1-0 to Porter is low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. An interesting note on Cedeno, last year he threw 12 wild pitches, a season after throwing only 2 wild pitches. So for some reason he lost a little command last year. Porter gets a hold of a pitch, a high fly ball to deep center field. Greg Porter's hit a moonshot for a solo home run. There's your RBI, Greg Porter, and that makes it 3-0. Might be the longest ball hit by a Traveler this year, folks. That one went at least 430 feet. Porter got every single square inch of that hanging curveball. First home run of the season for Porter. 4th RBI of the year. And the Travelers have rallied for 3 runs here in the second inning, and still there's only 1 out. Casey Smith will come to the plate next. Porter with some congratulations from the teammates in the first base dugout. Travs have grabbed an early 3-run lead. Here's a pitch to Casey Smith. It is a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. So Cedeno has already now thrown 3 wild pitches this year, counting the one that allowed Wilson to score here in the second inning. That's the first home run he's allowed. The pitch to Smith is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Casey, the number 9 hitter, is 2 for 12 this season. He had a great game in the field on Tuesday, turning a couple of double plays, also made some fine diving stops. The 1-1 to the right-handed batter is low, and Cedeno falls behind 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, I tell you, this Wrangler team, they cannot afford to have Cedeno not pitch at least 5 innings. Their bullpen is in tatters. Barry Armitage, one of their better relievers, was just put on the disabled list today. The 2-1 hit back to the mound off the pitcher. Cedeno wears that on his belly button, but it falls right in front of him. He recovers enough to throw to first to retire Smith, but ouch. I mean, Cedeno took that ball right in his midsection. I believe it was the midsection. Here comes the trainer, Charles Ledden, and Frank White out of the dugout. Cedeno is walking around. He seems to be okay. He's pointing to his right shin. Pardon me, not his shin, his right thigh. So it didn't hit him in the midsection, but, I mean, who cares? I mean, that was a scorched line drive by Casey Smith, and it hit right on the meaty part of the right thigh. And Cedeno's going to take a couple of warm-ups here and see if he can continue. Looks okay, but, I mean, his ego's got to be a little bit bruised here. What a terrible second inning for him. Started with a single by Mike Elwood, and then Bobby Wilson doubled Elwood home. After a wild pitch scored Wilson from third base, Cedeno left a curveball sitting on a tee, and Greg Porter smoked it out of the ballpark. And now, Cedeno gets a line drive hit off his right thigh. Well, when things get bad, they continue to get worse for some people, and Cedeno, again, is wearing it here in the second inning. But he's fine. He'll stay in the game. Dwayne Bacon stepping in. Bacon singled in the first inning, but then got picked off. First delivery from Cedeno was a ball, low and inside, 1-0. You know, the Travelers have trailed by 3 runs in every one of the first 4 games of this series, so today they turn the trick and grab an early 3-0 lead. There's a strike to Bacon at the knees, 1-1. Wichita's team ERA, 5.87. They've now surrendered 13 home runs. They've hit 10 batters and thrown 9 wild pitches. Here's a pitch into the dirt by Cedeno, ball 2, 2-1. Goodness, Wichita, 9 games, they've allowed 13 home runs. And it's not that the Travelers have been hitting so many home runs in this series. They've hit 5 of them. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Bacon lines it over the third baseman. It's a base hit into the left field corner. Could be extras. Butler cuts it off at the warning track, but Bacon already at second base with that outstanding speed. A stand-up double for Bacon. And the Travelers, who collected 20 base hits in 9 innings yesterday, well, they've already collected 5 hits in an inning and 2/3 today. So Bacon, remember, he was 1 for 22 going into yesterday. He's now had a hit in 4 of his last 8 at-bats. And Aaron Peel steps in. 3-0 Travs. The pressure still on Cedeno. Peel, right-hander waiting, and here's a pitch. He swings and misses right through a fastball, strike 1. Peel bounced out of the first inning. He's 9 for 20 in the series with 3 RBIs. But all 3 of those runs batted in came yesterday. 4 knocked in on the year. And Peel choking up right now. Good half-inch. The catcher Tupman wants it on the inside corner. Cedeno, a long look at Bacon, who is on his way to third base. The pitch is a strike, and the throw to third is not in time. Stolen base for Bacon, his 3rd of the season. But the count on Peel is now 0-2. And now another wild pitch would score a run. So not a bad idea for Bacon to try to steal that base. And it continues to put pressure on Cedeno, who just is unable to grab any kind of footing here in the early going. He'll continue from the stretch with 2 outs and a 2-strike count on Peel. The kick, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the shortstop, right to Sanchez. He picks it up cleanly. He'll throw to first, will end Peel, and end the inning. The Travelers' rally is completed at 3 runs on 4 base hits. No Wichita errors. 1 man stranded. Go to the bottom of the second, and the Travelers lead 3-0 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of
Wilson, a very balanced approach to the plate. Pretty close up there, deep in the box. Daniel Dixon comes home with a 1-1, and Bobby shoots it towards the corner in left field. That is a base hit. It got by the outfielder Butler all the way to the fence.
3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and More.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Season after throwing only 2 wild pitches. Yes, I need help. All right, sir. What's the problem? Porter gets a hold of the pitch. A high fly ball to deep center field. Fred Porter hit a moonshot for a solo home run. There's your
Put the bottle down and step away from the beer. Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call.
Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Well, the Travs have taken a 3-0 lead. They now hand the keys to Chris Hunter and see how he pitches with that lead. When Chris pitched on Sunday in his AA debut at Hammons Field, he never had the lead to work with. Travs fell behind in the 3rd inning, 3-0, and went on to lose 8-5. And so Hunter, who set down the Wranglers 1-2-3 in inning number 1, now knows he's got the confidence of a good-looking lead behind him. It'll be Alex Gordon, Mitch Maier, and Adam Keim to bat in inning number 2 for Wichita. A couple of lefties followed by a right-hander. Gordon originally was slated to start at first base today. The Royals would like to see him play at first and third this season. But Frank White moved him over to third base about 5 minutes before the first pitch was thrown. Gordon, left-handed hitter, is 6 for 15 in the series. Hunter will go from the windup, and his first pitch of the inning to Gordon is right there for a strike on the outside half of the plate, and it's 0-1. Gordon with 3 doubles. He's driven in 1 run, but what's been most impressive about Gordon is his speed on the base path. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled away, out of play over the third base seats. 0-2 on the Royals' top pick in last year's draft, one of 4 first-round picks on this Wichita roster, along with all 3 outfielders. But Gordon seems to be the most impressive. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Chris Hunter, and Gordon took a slider low and inside. Nice eye. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is don't expect to see the kind of speed that Gordon has shown on the bases, especially from the third baseman. The 1-2 is hit in the air, foul down towards left field. David Gates is chasing it into foul territory, but he runs out of room, and it lands close to the home bullpen. So much foul territory here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium that a lot of times, if you have an outfielder that has the mentality of just continuing to run until the ball lands, you might get a little winded. Hunter back to the windup. The 1-2 pitch to Gordon inside. Nice-looking cut fastball, but Gordon wasn't going after it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gordon kind of a part of the marketing campaign for the Wranglers here in Wichita, with Kansas City being so close. The 2-2 pitch almost hit him on his jersey, but he backed off and got away from it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. In all honesty, they can promote Alex Gordon as much as they want here in Wichita, but I don't really think it's bringing many people out. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled along the first base line, and it is still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Marketing minor league players, and it's nothing to take away from the guys. They're great athletes. We know that. We're all baseball fans, and we pay attention to it, but marketing minor league baseball players to a public that doesn't really know much about them, like marketing a movie star. With a line drive, base hit by Gordon to left field. He is aboard with a leadoff single here in inning number 2, and now Maier comes to the plate.
Baseball bingo number is N43.
Here comes Maier. Maier left-handed. He's been the toughest out for the Travs in this series.
For the Wranglers, right fielder.
7 for 17 with a home run and 5 RBIs. Maier's also scored 5 runs. So Gordon aboard with the first hit of the inning and the game for Wichita. Hunter fires to first, and Porter didn't catch it. It kicked off his glove, and Gordon gets to second base easy. We'll see who this error is charged on. It wasn't a great throw by Hunter, but it looked like it did kick off the very tip of Greg Porter's glove. Well, one way or the other, he's at second base. Gordon was going to try to steal. He took a giant lead before that throw even came over. So Maier has a chance to drive in a run, and he takes a high and outside fastball, 1-0. Gordon's speed there kind of caused the error. Hunter was particularly trying to look him back into first. Now a glance at the runner at second, and the pitch home is in there on the outside corner. Strike 1 called. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mitch Maier. Maier, the right fielder, also a first-round pick. Out of the University of Toledo, opens up the stance. Hunter with a 1-1 in the dirt. Nice dig by Wilson. 2 balls, 1 strike. Travs 3, Wranglers nothing, but Wichita is threatening here in the bottom of the second. Certainly one thing the Wranglers have done well is score early in the game. They haven't done much scoring late. The 2-1 pitch to Maier, tailed low and away, ball 3, and it's 3-1. Adam Keim on deck, then Kila Ka'aihue. Wood backs off at shortstop, and here's the 3-1 pitch. It is swung on, grounded towards first. Diving stop by Porter. He picks it up along the line, flips to Hunter, who covers it first, and the out is recorded 3-1. A little bit of an adventurous play over there for Porter as he dove close to the foul line and stopped it with his glove. He didn't field it cleanly, but he was able to keep it in front of him. And also a nice job by Porter not trying to rush that slip over to first base. He realized he had enough time to just pick it up barehanded and shuffle it on to Hunter, who made sure he covered for the out. So it's 3-1 at first base on the out. Gordon advanced to third. And with a 3-0 lead, the Traveler infield will hang back. Adam Keim is the batter, and he'll have a chance for an RBI with a ground out. Hunter from the stretch, he deals, and Keim pops it up behind the plate. Wilson over towards the backstop. He has room, and he makes the catch. There's a huge out, number 2. Bobby very calmly and almost nonchalantly went after that ball. He turned around, tossed the mask away, and realized that the wind was blowing it back in play. And he just one-handed it at the warning track with almost an aw shucks look on his face. And a really nice job by Wilson there, not giving up on a pop-up that a lot of other catchers would imagine it would have just gone straight over the press box. So with this stiff wind blowing out to the right field corner, the ball is blown back into play. Kila Ka'aihue, the hitter, left-hander. Hunter misses outside with a fastball, and it's 1-0. Ka'aihue playing in his third Double-A game, yet in search of his first hit. He's 0 for 6, 3 strikeouts. And Hunter's 1-0 pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Travs putting up 3 runs in the top of the second. Wichita threatening here in inning number 2. But there's 2 outs, and Hunter can get out of it. The 1-1 pitch to Ka'aihue is chopped up the middle, but the second baseman Smith has a play. He'll glove it on 2 hops, flip it over to first, and the inning comes to a close. No runs for Wichita in the second inning. 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We'll go into the third. It's the Travs 3 and Wichita nothing on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
When good spark plugs go bad, even a drive in the country is in jeopardy.
Hey, spark plug, let's get Casanova some performance anxiety.
I don't understand. This never happened before.
Yeah, hope whatever.
Car's performance letting you down?
Who's this guy?
Autolite XP Extreme Performance Spark Plug, ma'am.
You seem different from the other spark plugs.
I have iridium-enhanced fine wire technology for faster ignition and optimum performance.
Ooh, that's hot.
Autolite, it's time to change your plug.
About 3 months ago, I put a new shaft in my driver, and let me tell you, I am hitting the ball 18 yards farther than I've ever hit in my life. It's the Mitsubishi Rayon Diamante shaft, and it's also won 8 times on the tour this year, including the Masters. For 20 years, Mitsubishi Rayon has built the high-performance shaft in Japan, and now they've brought it to America. The Diamante is available in 6 different weights from 53 to 103 grams and multiple flexes. Go to MitsubishiRayonGolf.com, and you too can start hitting the ball farther than you've ever hit it in your life. I guarantee it.
It's ironic. They're called answering machines, but they never give you answers. Oh, sure, they tell you so-and-so isn't here right now, but you have no idea where they went or when they'll be back. Of course, with Geico, you won't talk to an answering machine. They have thousands of car insurance specialists standing by, so you always get answers from a real live person. No wondering, no waiting, no irony.
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back to action, top of the third inning here in Wichita. The Travelers 3, the Wranglers nothing. Nice job by Chris Hunter to get out of not necessarily a jam, but keep it a 3-run game after the Wranglers got their leadoff man to second base before the first out of the inning. Good job done by Hunter, and now the Travs come to the plate on the third. Brandon Wood to lead off with Matt Brown and Mike Elwood following. Wood, who was pitched around in the first inning, took the 6th walk of the season. And here's Cedeno from the windup. Wood will take a breaking ball in there for strike 1. So Brandon, he's hitless in his last 3 games, 4 for 17 on the series. The pitch is low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Wood had a huge game on Tuesday here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, finishing with 4 hits, including a home run and a couple of doubles, but has quieted down the last 3 games. The 1-1 pitch to Brandon, and he takes high and outside, ball 2. 2-1 to the tall Traveler shortstop. Brandon's also had a little bit of a struggle in the field here in the AstroTurf infield. Committed 5 errors on the season, and 2 of them here in Wichita. The 2-1 to Wood, curveball inside, 3-1. But as I've said many times, I believe Brandon looks like a shortstop. He moves like a shortstop. He throws like one. He's a shortstop. He's not a third baseman. The 3-1 pitch hit in the air to deep right center field, and Wood's going to get an extra base hit as it bounces off the fence. There he goes into second base as the throw comes in from center. A stand-up double for Brandon Wood, and the Travs have their 6th base hit of the game. So for Wood, his 7th extra base hit of the season. And that'll snap a little bit of a slump for him.
Next up, third baseman, Matt Brown.
Now it's Brown coming up. Brown had a good at-bat of the first inning that ended with a called third strike. He had fouled off 5 consecutive pitches and forced Cedeno to throw 10 before getting that final strike. Here's a pitch to Matt. Waited on the curve, but still is in front. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Elwood into the on-deck area. 8 of the 9 Travs in yesterday's lineup collected a hit. And so far today, He's got 5 of the 9 who've collected a hit. Brown could make it 6. Cedeno looking at Wood. He steps off the rubber. Wood will get back in a second with no throw. 3-0 Travelers top 3. Wood leads off the 3rd inning with a 2-base hit, and now Cedeno really working deliberately. Into the stretch he goes, and now the 0-1 to Brown is fouled straight back, and it's 0-2. Wranglers' body language does not look very good. It's a team with a lot of question marks right now, and they've already had quite a bit of roster shakeup. 3 players on the disabled list. A cleanup hitter over the first week released. And they've given up lead after lead. Now an 0-2 to Brown. Swing a ground ball up the middle. This will move Wood on to third base. Sanchez thought about throwing to third, but now will gobble it up and throw to first and retire Brown 6-3. Alert base running there by Brandon Wood. With his lead off of second base, a ground ball that was hit up the middle was essentially hit behind him, so he had third base easily. Sanchez, he thought about throwing to third base. That would not have been a smart play. Fielded it about 2 feet to the left of second. So instead, a runner at third, 1 out. The infield will play for the out at home with Elward batting. Elward singled and scored in the second. Here's a pitch from Cedeno. High and outside, ball 1. Elward now 7 for 18 in the series. 5 RBIs, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and a home run. Just about everything Elward hits these days is hit hard. Cedeno's 1-0 pitch is outside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. It feels like Cedeno is not all that thrilled about pitching to Elward in this situation. Bobby Wilson on deck, and Wilson's had a hit in 5 of his last 6 at-bats, so it's not going to get much easier for Cedeno. He's fallen behind Elward, 2 balls, no strikes. And now the kick, the delivery, swinging a foul straight back. Elward went after a borderline pitch. It hung out there. It might have been on the outside corner, but it was more than belt high. It was just above his belt, so it was a decent-looking pitch to hit. 2 balls, 1 strike on Elward, trying to extend a 3-0 lead here in inning number 3. Wood with a decent lead at third base. He's still in the sliding pit. The 2-1 pitch is fouled straight back again, and Elward has taken this count from 2-0 to 2-2. Cedeno, the last 2 pitches in the very same spot. Possibly on the outside corner, possibly they would have missed. But they would have been borderline pitches one way or the other. So Cedeno's continue to go outside to Elward. We'll see if he crosses him up, throws anything that curves or moves. Tupman sets up on the inside. The pitch is a changeup, and Elward blasts it to left field. Butler is there to make the catch. Wood tagging up from third base, and the throw goes all the way through, but Brandon scores standing up. And a sac fly for Mike Elward makes it 4-0. Elward just missed, hitting that one over Butler's head, but instead he hit a decent line drive directly to Butler. But for Elward, 9 RBIs on the season. So Wood able to score after the leadoff double, and now it's Bobby Wilson coming up with 2 outs and the base is empty. Cedeno winds, deals. Wilson pops it up in a foul ground at first base, wind blowing it further into the seats, and it is out of play. 0-1 to Wilson. When you hear about Bobby Wilson, I think you hear more about his defense. Guy's got a great throwing arm, and he's pretty athletic behind the plate. But although Bobby got a slow start offensively this year, he's starting to turn it on. Wilson hit .290 last year in the California League with 14 home runs and 32 doubles. Time called by the catcher, and Tupman out to the mound to speak with Cedeno. One other thing you got to like about Bobby Wilson is he was not a top prospect coming out of college, where he was a 48th round pick. You don't see too many 48th round picks that eventually get to the major leagues, but there's a good chance Wilson might be one of them. You know, he's in an organization flush with outstanding catching talent. Back to the stretch, Cedeno. He comes home and miss up high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wilson. Cedeno with a deep breath, and now the lefty kicks. Wilson swings at the 1-1, grounds up the middle and into center field. That's base hit number 7 for the Travelers. And Wilson, now the base hit in 6 of 7 at-bats. So Bobby's right on the ball. As pitching coach Ken Patterson likes to say, he's centering the ball. And I believe that means hitting it square. Two hits here in inning number 3. 1 run is home. David Gates up to the plate. And you know Gator's going to swing for the fences. Wilson leads from first, and Cedeno comes home with a pitch. Gates looks at a breaking ball. It's low. 1 ball, no strikes. Travs with 4 runs on 7 hits. It's committed 1 error, and that has been charged to Chris Hunter on his errant pickoff throw. Wranglers, no runs, 1 hit. Cedeno moves to first. Wilson is running for second base. Kime throws towards the shortstop. Sanchez drops the ball. Wilson will get back into first, and he gets a gift. Now the Wranglers' defensive struggles continue. If they charge an error on that play, which they'll have to do, that means they will have committed an error in all 9 games. That would be their 18th error of the season. Wilson should be erased. It'll be a man caught stealing, that's for certain. The error will go on the shortstop for dropping the throw from Adam Kime. So Gates still at the plate, and the 1-0 pitch is hit in the air to shallow left field. Very high, not deep. Sanchez is out there, the shortstop underneath it, and he catches that one, and the inning is over. Travs, however, manage another run. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on the bases. We'll go into the bottom of the 3rd. It's the Travelers 4 and Wichita nothing here on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
From the hilltops of Atlanta
to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah.
I'm a burrito in a great eye. Every woman,
Moe's Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back on the Traveler radio broadcast here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Travelers 4 and the Wichita Wranglers nothing. Lights have been turned on here on the turning out to be a beautiful night. Still windy, but no more clouds in the sky. The gusts of wind have gotten up, still to about 30 miles an hour, but they will slowly begin to subside as nightfall continues to set in here. 4 o'clock first pitch tomorrow afternoon at Raywinder Field for the final home opener in the history of our beautiful little bandbox. Gates will open at 2:30, and tickets are $8 general admission. Pardon me, $8 box seats, $6 general admission for adults. Kids are $3 less for each ticket. No discount ticket for tomorrow's home opener. And the big promotion tomorrow at Raywinder Field is live, real baseball with a wooden bat in Arkansas. And it'll be the first time that happens this year. Bottom of inning number 3, Matt Tupman bats. He's the 8-hitter for the Wranglers. Chris Hunter into the windup, and the right-hander comes home to Tupman, and he missed under the knees with a ball. It's 1-0. Also, Drillers, tomorrow's opponent, they started the season out of the gate very quickly with beating the Wichita Wranglers in 4 straight games. Pitch low and outside here to Tupman, 2-0. The Drillers have fallen on hard times against Springfield, losing in the last 2 games. Hunter's 2-0 to Tupman, swing and a fly ball towards the corner in left field. David Gates gets over there and makes the catch. And there's 1 away, and now Chris Hunter has sent down 4 in a row, bringing Walter Sevilla up to bat. Currently, Springfield leads Tulsa 3-0 there in the top of the second at Driller Stadium. Midland leading San Antonio in the third, 2-0. Frisco at Corpus Christi, and they're in the fifth with a 0-0 ball game. Here's Sevilla. Sevilla, right-hander, getting his second game at Double-A. Hunches over the plate and takes a pitch low for a ball. Sevilla starting at second base. Donnie Murphy had been at second base for Wichita. He's top prospect for the Royals, but sitting out these days with a pulled hamstring. There's ball 2 up high from Hunter, and it's 2-0. Ángel Sánchez on deck. So Sevilla brought up from High Desert, where he'd gone 2 for 11. A little bit of a rush job to get him up here. The 2-0. Soft line drive into left field. Base hit for Sevilla. Gates charges that now and keeps Sevilla to a 1-out single. And that's base hit number 2 for the Wranglers. Sevilla collects his second hit of the series.
Baseball bingo number.
That's 9 batters faced by Chris Hunter. He's allowed only 2 hits. He hasn't walked anybody. He has also recorded 1 strikeout.
Back to the top of the batting order for the Wichita Wranglers. Shortstop, Ángel Sánchez.
Sanchez grounded out of the first inning to Matt Brown. Infield is at double play depth. Hunter hasn't had a twin killing turn behind him yet. And the right-hander settles into the stretch above his belt, turns over to first and fires, and Sevilla dives back in. The Travs 4, the Wranglers nothing. Bottom of inning number 3. Here on getaway day. Realize it has been a week and a half that the Travs have been on the road. Here's the first pitch on the way, and it's tailed inside, ball 1 to Sanchez. Travs left for Springfield last Thursday morning. And here it is, day number 10 of the road trip. And we'll be getting into Little Rock at about 6 in the morning on the luxury liner. Hunter turns and fires to first again, and that sends Sevilla back into the base. Head first, he's safe. One other Texas League team has yet to play a home game, and that's Midland. And they'll open up their home schedule tomorrow at the Bank. Pitch inside to Sanchez, and a good alert here on Chris Hunter. He's fallen behind all 3 batters in the inning, 2 balls and no strikes. Tupman fly to left, but then Sevilla singled to left. And we'll see what Sanchez does with the upcoming 2-0 pitch as Hunter brings the hands together. And he delivers. It's up high, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. With Chris not being an overpowering pitcher, he's a basic fastball, slider, changeup guy. Doesn't throw too hard. The 3-0, and it's right down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-1. So Hunter not the kind of pitcher who can really absorb a lot of walks. He does give up quite a bit of hits. 3 balls, 1 strike. The delivery to Sanchez is inside. Ball 4. 2 men on base for Chris Lubansky, and Bobby Wilson will walk Hunter back to the mound. So Hunter, who didn't walk a batter in the game at Springfield on Sunday, walks his first of the season. He's allowed only 2 base hits. Now Lubansky coming up. Travelers leading by 4. Lubansky is 3 for 29 this season. Left-handed batter, and Hunter comes home with a slider in there for a strike. It hit the outside corner, 0-1. That's his first pitch strike since the first batter he faced in inning number 2. Hunter, 2 glances at second, and now the 0-1 is hit high but shallow into right field, close to the foul line. Aaron Peel settles underneath it after a long run and makes the catch. Runners will fake the tag, and Peel fires to Wood on the infield. Again, Sevilla holding at second. Sanchez stays at first, and Lubansky continues his rough start to the season. 0 for 2 today and 3 for 30 on the season. 2 outs in the bottom of the third for the Wranglers, and here's Billy Butler.
Left fielder, Billy Butler.
Butler, part of the 2 through 5 slots in the order, all of them number 1 picks of the Royals. Butler today is 0 for 1 with a pop out. First pitch on the way, and Hunter broke that slider over the plate at the knees for strike 1. Butler is 3 for 18 in the series. All 3 hits have gone for doubles. Only 1 run batted in. 2 on, 2 out. And the next pitch missed a little bit inside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Butler. Butler, the youngest player in the Texas League at 19 years old. He even got up here last season. He was still 19 when he made the ascension to Double-A. The 1-1, and he waited on it, fixed it over Porter's head. It goes into right field for a base hit. Sevilla comes around third. He will score. Teal throws to Porter, and he lets it go all the way through. They'll be men at first and third with 2 outs as Butler drives in Sevilla to cut the Traveler lead to 3 runs.
Bingo number B1. B1.
So for Butler, this is his 4th RBI of the year. It's his first single of this series.
Third baseman, Alex Gordon.
Now it's men at first and third. Alex Gordon comes to the plate, and Gordon represents the tying run. Hunter will go from the stretch against Gordon, who singled in inning number 2, left-hander, and a pitch is low and away, ball 1. Hunter here in this third inning got Matt Tupman to start the frame with a fly out to left. Then Sevilla singled. Sanchez walked. Lebansky flied to right. And Butler's 2-out RBI single brought in Sevilla. A 1-0 pitch, and Gordon got underneath it. He pops it up in a shallow left field. David Gates is coming in, and he makes the catch. And the third inning is finished for Wichita. They managed 1 run on 2 base hits, no errors, and 2 men left. 3 innings are complete, and the Travelers are in front. 4-1 in Wichita. This is Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lakes has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
We go to the top of the 4th inning here in Wichita with the Arkansas Travelers comfortably in front, 4-1. We'll run through the totals here. For the Travelers, 4 runs on 7 hits with 1 error. Travs have stranded 3, and the Wichita Wranglers have scored 1 run on 3 hits with 1 error. Wichita has also stranded 3. I'm Phil Elson here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, and in the top of the 4th inning, it's Greg Porter to lead off. Porter smacked a deep home run to center field last time to the plate. Lawrence Cedeno in his 4th inning of work missed outside with a slider for ball 1. Porter followed by Smith and Bacon, another breaking ball, and again it missed away, ball 2 on Porter, 2-0. In 3 innings, Cedeno has had a very rough start. 3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, they're all earned. And the 2-0 pitch to Porter missed low and outside, and it's ball 3. Travs have had the leadoff man reach in all 3 innings so far. Porter is a fastball out of the strike zone away from making it 4 consecutive innings. And here's the 3-0. And it's low, ball 4. Porter will take his first walk of the year. On 4 pitches, no less, so Cedeno seemed to be a little uncomfortable pitching to Greg, who might have jerked Cedeno's neck a little bit on that home run in the second inning. Boy, that was a very impressive shot. Here's Casey Smith. Trav's second baseman also added a little injury to insult for Cedeno after Porter's home run. Casey lined a pitch right off the right thigh of Cedeno. He stayed in the game, but you know that hurt. Pickoff throw to first base, and Porter is back in there. One thing Cedeno has shown today is an outstanding pickoff move. He got Bacon in the first inning and caught Bobby Wilson stealing in the third, but without the shortstop Sanchez catching the ball with an error on the shortstop. Now a pitch on the way to Casey. It is low, ball 1, 1-0. Travs with 3 runs in the second inning. They put up a run in the third. Wichita answered with 1 run on the bottom of the third. Now the pitch to Casey Smith is fouled away in the air over the beer garden. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees and Twins have gotten into the top of the 5th inning at the Dome. Twins leading it 5-2. Kansas City 3, Tampa Bay 2, and the top of the 7th in Florida. Toss to first again. Porter is back. Final score just in from Miami. The Nationals over the Marlins 2-1. John Patterson with the win. Chad Cordero with the save. Cedeno back to the stretch. And the 1-1 pitch to Smith is a fastball, low and outside, ball 2. Atlanta with a home run by Adam LaRoche in the second inning. It's Atlanta 2 and San Diego nothing. John Smoltz, a 3-hitter, and he's pitching in the top of the 9th. The Pittsburgh Pirates leading the Cubbies 2-1 in the top of the 8th inning with Roberto Hernandez on in relief for the Bucs. 2-1 pitch to Smith is outside, ball 3, 3-1. No outs here in the top of the 4th. Travs leading by 3. And Porter, the runner, is first after the leadoff walk. And now Cedeno, who's walked 2, throwing a wild pitch, and allowed a home run plus 6 other hits. Has fallen behind Smith 3-1. And they'll throw to first base instead, sending Porter walking back in on his feet. Boy, Cedeno seems to be a little reluctant to throw pitches into the strike zone. As the pitching coach would like to say, he's trying to miss the bats rather than pitching for contact. Now the 3-1 to Smith is fouled off in the air again. Will that get into the beer garden? No, it is over, ye old beer garden. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's going to be a nice addition to the new ballpark in North Little Rock at Dickey Stevens Park down the right field line. Is going to be a Traveler beer garden. And you know the thing is, I think a lot of people get the sense that Raywinder Field, the entire ballpark, is a beer garden. We're going to have one section at Dickey Stevens. The 3-2 to Smith is fouled away towards the beer garden, and it is away from the beer garden, just got over it into the playground. Maybe if we have a playground at Dickey Stevens Park, we'll keep it away from the beer garden. Those two things just don't really mesh very well. Not necessarily because the kids are so close to a place where frothy beverages are being served, but that, who knows, people from the beer garden might want to go on the slide. Pitch popped up by Smith, out of play again into the first base seat. I mean, just imagine it. Been sitting there for 7 or 8 innings, and all of a sudden, you feel the need to get on the swing. Probably not a good idea. Dusk time here in Wichita, Kansas, and the Travs leading 4-1, top of the 4th, still no outs. And instead of a 3-2, there's another move to first base. Porter was caught leaning a little bit, but he's only 2 feet off the bag. Cedeno seems to be more interested in throwing to first base than he is coming home to the plate. Cedeno fluttering his glove as he settles in. Gets a long look at Porter. Now the pitch to Smith is swung on and lined to the right fielder Maier, and he goes back a few steps to make the catch. Quickly back to first goes Porter on the first out of the inning, and Boy, Casey's hit the ball hard twice, but nothing to show for it. He's 0 for 2. One other game in progress in the National League, the Phillies and the Rockies tied 4-4. Halfway through that one at Coors Field, Bobby Abreu and Pat Burrell have homered for the Phils, and Matt Holliday went deep for Colorado. Dwayne Bacon is the batter. Bacon is 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Pitch on the way, and Dwayne takes low ball 1. Now, Dwayne being the only switch hitter in the Travelers lineup, he's batting right-handed against the lefty. These 2 hits for Dwayne, his first as a right-handed batter this year. The 1-0 pitch is fouled at the plate off his foot, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Dwayne. So look at how he did last season versus righties and lefties. Dwayne played most of the season with the Cubs AA team at West Tennessee. 228 against lefties, 285 against right-handers. Cedeno kicks, comes home to Dwayne, and Dwayne shoots a line drive to the shortstop, caught by Sanchez. Porter is able to get back into first base just in the nick of time. And so Bacon hit the ball extremely hard, but directly to the shortstop, and Porter almost doubled off, but just able to beat that throw by a hair. So after Porter started this inning with a base on balls, the Travs have been unable to move him up to second base even. Aaron Peel will stand in. Peel 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs to first base and to the shortstop. Porter takes his lead 3 feet. The pitch to Peel gets behind the catcher. Another wild pitch by Cedeno as Porter coasts into second with no play. Second wild pitch for Cedeno. And now he's thrown 4 this year. We talked about it a couple of innings ago, but Cedeno had thrown only 5 wild pitches in his first 2 professional seasons. Then in 2003, he uncorked 10. Able to settle down in 2004 with just 2 wild pitches. But since then, he's thrown 16 wild pitches in a little over 1 season. It's been tough going for Cedeno at AA. And he's never had a true great year. Never had a winning record, except in 2004, but he had a 7-6 record with a 4.64 ERA. In the Florida State League, no less, and that's a pitcher's league. Cedeno getting talked to by his catcher, Matt Tupman, right now. And after Cedeno was traded by the Red Sox to Kansas City before the 2005 season, he had a 5.49 earned run average in the Carolina League. And then in the Texas League in 11 games, his ERA was 7.20. Finished 2 wins and 8 losses. Cedeno is delivering the 1-0, and it is hit by Peel up the middle into center, base hit. Porter coming around third, and he will score to make it 5-1. Aaron Peel with 4 RBI over the last 2 games, and it's the Travs 5 and the Wranglers 1. Base hit number 8 for the Arkansas Travelers. Pardon me, that's base hit number 7. Oh, it is number 8. I got it right, number 8. Scoreboard here is hand-operated, and sometimes it's difficult to figure out what's the correct number up there. But that is the 8th hit. Brandon Wood is now the batter. He doubled in the 3rd inning, and here grounds the first pitch to the shortstop. Sanchez will flip over to second base to force out Peel, and the inning is over. Travelers manage 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 stranded. Travs has scored in the last 3 innings, and they lead 5-1 going into the bottom of the 4th on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ASCU.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
My friend's brother's a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. But think about the whole call it zero effect, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is pretty. 0 calories. Stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you say? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
It's a season to remember as the Arkansas Travelers make 2006 their final season at historic Ray Winter Field. Baseball fans in Central Arkansas have been enjoying minor league baseball for 74 years at Ray Winter Field. And next year, the Travelers will be moving into a brand new stadium, Dickey Stevens Park in North Little Rock. This season is the time to come and make some memories and relive the excitement of Arkansas Travelers baseball. All season long, Little Rock's ESPN 1380 brings you the action with Bill Elson's play-by-play. Join us for Arkansas Travelers baseball here on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
KDXE North Little Rock.
Higher than that. Otherwise, sky conditions mostly clear. We have a few clouds later on in the game, but at 10 o'clock temperature of 71.
Bottom of the fourth here in a slow-moving game at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. It's the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Wichita Wranglers 1. Chris Hunter back on the mound at the bottom of the fourth, and he will be facing Mitch Maier, Adam Ka'aihue, and Kila Ka'aihue.
We have a bingo number from last inning. That number
Maier grounded out in the second. Left-hander steps into the batter's box. Wichita put up their only run of the third inning on 2 hits and a walk. Hunter, other than that, he had set down 7 of the first 8 batters he faced. First pitch, ground ball to the right side. Nice stab by Porter into the hole at second. He'll flip to Hunter, who covers for the 3-1 putout. Maier is set down exactly the same way as he was in inning number 2, 3-1. So a quick out for Hunter. 48 pitches for Chris in 3 1/3 innings. And now Ka'aihue up to the plate. Well, doesn't it seem, and you can hear the intro music through our crowd microphone, doesn't it seem that they use about the same 3 songs for intro music all game long? Pitch to Ka'aihue is on the outside corner for strike 1. And it's all hip-hop. They don't use any more of the Latino music that they've used in previous years here in Wichita. Ka'aihue shoots a high drive to deep left field. There's a hanging curveball, and at the fence's gate, he makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Hunter got away with a pitch there. And it just sat right down the middle of the strike zone, but Ka'aihue only able to show some warning track power. No homers on the season, and Ka'aihue continues with no homers. He's 0 for 2 today. Hunter might have been aided a little bit by that strong wind blowing across the outfield from left to right. It was blowing the other way from right to left. I think that ball would have gotten out of the park, but it was knocked down a little bit. Kila Ka'aihue, the batter. The pitch is low and away, ball 1. Ka'aihue 0 for 7 on this series. Bounced out in the second inning. Hunter trying for a perfect fourth. His delivery is low, and now it's 2 balls, no strike. Travs 5, Wranglers 1. Bottom 4. Travs out hitting Wichita 8-3. Each team with 1 error. Hunter kicks, and the 2-0 to Ka'aihue is up high. Ball 3. Hunter's walked 1. The 3-0 pitch will be a strike on the inside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike. Matt Tupman on deck. He's been the toughest hitter for Wichita for most of the series, with the exception of maybe Mitch Maier. The 3-1 pitch, strike 2 called, and Ka'aihue was about to toss the bat away, but he'll stay at the plate. Hunter got it on the outside half. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Base is empty, and Hunter trying for his second perfect inning. Here's the pitch, a swing and a ground ball to Brown. He's in the hole at shortstop. Great positioning. He'll straighten up with plenty of time. His throw across ends the inning, and Hunter sets him down 1-2-3. Heading into the top of the 5th here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The Travs 5, the Wranglers 1. This is Little Rock ESPN 1380.
2006 school year, you earned yourself a free ticket to the game on June 2nd and a free Texas Roadhouse ice meal. The first 100 students to register will also receive a Texas Roadhouse souvenir cup. Pre-register at the Wranglers ticket office or Texas Roadhouse, located at 6707 West Kellogg Drive, to redeem your great reward. Texas Roadhouse, legendary food, legendary service.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. VC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take VC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take VC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is VC.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
The Arkansas Travelers come to the plate in the top of the fifth inning, leading Wichita by a score of 5-1. Nightfall settles in to downtown Wichita, and the city lights spruce up as Matt Brown takes the breaking ball. But a check swing, and the plate umpire will say you went around for strike one. Brown is 0 for 2 this evening with a strikeout, a ground out. He, David Gates, and Casey Smith are the only Travs without a hit so far. The 0-1 to Brown is right there for a strike with a fastball, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Cedeno with 1 strikeout today got Brown in inning number 1. And the 0-2 is inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brown had been called out on strikes on the pitch that just grazed the outside black. Now, usually say grazed the black, but here in Wichita there is no black of the plate. Dug in there pretty far into the batter's circle and spray painted all white. The 1-2 pitch missed that outside white. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mike Elward and Bobby Wilson will follow against Cedeno. Here's the Southpaw's 2-2. Brown took outside, ball 3. And there is action in the Wichita bullpen. They've got a right-hander warming up. Wranglers have Thad Markgray warming up. He pitched yesterday out of the bullpen. Already made 2 appearances in the series. Here's a 3-2 to Brown. He takes ball 4 under the knees, and Cedeno has allowed the leadoff man to reach in all 5 innings. Travs have scored the leadoff man in each inning since the second. But Cedeno's been pitching from the stretch so much today, it's almost surprising to see that he even remembers what it's like to go from the windup. Mike Elward has singled, scored, and driven in a run with a sac fly. Travs up by 4. And they want to keep the pressure on Wichita. Toss over to first. Brown is safe. Mike Elward entered the game hitting .394. He's bumped it up to around .400. And another toss to first by Cedeno. Brown is back on his feet. Cedeno has picked off a couple of Travs. So he's guessed at the right time twice. But he's made at least 15 moves over to first today. And now here's a pitch to Elward. It's low, and it's ball 1. You get the sense the way Elward continues to pound the ball here that if Salt Lake needed a batter, another throw to first. Back in there is Brown. If the Salt Lake Bees needed a hitter, if they had an injury, a designated hitter, or a corner infielder, you get the sense Elward would get the call. That's how impressive he has been since August last year. Here's a second pitch, and that's in there for a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Remember, Elwood hit .330 in the second half of the 2005 season and hitting .400 here in the first 9 games of this year. And he's just hitting everything hard. The 1-1 is up high, ball 2, 2-1. But then again, you look at the lineup that the Salt Lake Bees are putting in there every day, and you wonder where there's room for anybody. Time called by the Wrangler bench. Larry Carter, the pitching coach, at the mound now, talking with Cedeno, who is quite obviously laboring here. Look at the lineup for Salt Lake yesterday. Ibar led off. Howie Kendrick batted second. Nick Gorneau hit third, and Dallas McPherson cleaned up. Then Mike Napoli, Kendry Morales, Tommy Murphy, Brian Speck, and Reggie Willits. All 9 of those players are former Travelers, folks. And there's a good chance that out of that starting 9, you'll see 5 of them as the contributors in the major leagues at some point. And look out for Tommy Murphy, folks. You've seen Tommy play center field the last 2 years as a Traveler. He's turned it on in Salt Lake as well. And not to say that Tommy didn't turn it on last year. He was spectacular in 2005. But look out for Tommy Murphy. He is turning himself into a legitimate major league prospect. And I think at some point the Angels will have to give Murphy a look. Well, Cedeno stays on the mound to face Elwood with a 2-1 count. No outs here in the 5th. Brown running. Elwood fouled it out of play over the first base seat. So the Travs did go to the hit and run right after. Carter visited the young left-hander. Just missed putting that one into play. So Brown will trot back to first base. Elwood stays at the plate. Travs 5, Wranglers 1, top of the 5th. Cedeno, good look over at first again, and another throw over there. Brown has not had to dive back into first once. It's not that Matt's going to try to steal second base. It's going to be a hit and run, if anything. Cedeno just doesn't seem to want to let it happen. Cedeno eyes the runner, now delivers the 2-2, and Elwood swung and fouled it on the ground. It'll end up over at the seats at third base. And it is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. .88 pitches by Cedeno coming into the 5th inning. Throwing 11 pitches here in the 5th. Here's the 12th to Elwood. Swinging a ground ball to the hole at short. It's cut off by Gordon. Throws to second. They'll get the out at second base, but that's all they get. And Sevilla leapt in the air to bring that throw in. He didn't have his foot on second base, but most umpires are going to call the out one way or the other, saying that he was in the vicinity. 5-4 goes the out at second, and Elwood replaces Brown at first. 1 out now, and Bobby Wilson stands in. Wilson, who's had a double and a single today, apparently will be hitting against a different pitcher. Frank White is out of the dugout, and that is going to be it for Juan Cedeno. He will last only 4 1/3 innings tonight. So the Wranglers go into that shaky bullpen, not even halfway into the game today. And this pitching change is brought to you by AT&T with the call of the bullpen. Save a bundle on services from AT&T, high-speed internet, satellite television, voice services, and wireless. The new AT&T, your world delivered. The new pitcher is Thad Markray as Cedeno leaves to a chorus of cheers. It's the Travelers 5 and the Wranglers 1. We'll be back for the remainder of the 5th inning after a 60-second break on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. Then give Mariana your CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add singular wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewATT.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined as AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered. taxes, other charges, and the total number associated with cost recovery fee extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/vendor details. Not available in our area.
The AT&T call to the bullpen brings out Sad Mark Ray from the Wichita pen. Mark Ray is making his third appearance of the series and his fourth on the season. No decisions and an earned run average at .426. Mark Ray pitched an inning and a third yesterday, giving up one hit, no runs. He struck out a batter. And Mark Ray also allowed a couple of home runs on Tuesday and allowed 3 runs in 2 1/3 innings. Bobby Wilson at the plate for the Travs with one away in the top of the 5th inning. It is Mike Elward leading away from first with Keim holding him. Wilson is 2 for 2. He is doubled. He is singled, scored a run, and knocked one in. Righty versus righty. Mark Ray from the stretch. He'll deliver to Wilson, and Bobby takes down low, ball 1. Mark Ray standing 6'2", listed at 236 pounds, makes his home in Shreveport. Full-time reliever these days for the Royals, double 18. The pitch to Wilson is swung on and hit high but shallow into center field. Chris Levansky is underneath it. Now he drifts towards right a few steps and makes the catch. And that's the second out of the inning. For the first time today, Bobby Wilson does not make it on base. This will bring David Gates up to the plate. Gates, who's one of 2 Travs on the bus that's been traveling around with a guitar. And I asked him yesterday in the bus to play me Blowing in the Wind. I don't know if David knew what that song was, because he didn't play it. Kind of gave me a quizzical look. And said, well, never mind, just make one up. I heard Gator playing a little bit. He can strum the guitar. Pitch to Gates is right down the middle, called strike 1. Gates during the offseason was giving batting lessons to a lot of kids in Alabama. Gates like a big kid himself for the most part. It's something that a lot of ball players do during the offseason is their job. Not just baseball, but teaching kids baseball. An 0-1 to Gates is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. And you're looking at what Jesse Smith does during the offseason. Smith is tomorrow's opening day starter for the Travs. Smith, he works in construction during the offseason. The stretch by Mark Ray, the 1-1 to Gates is in the dirt, and nice block by Tupman. Runner holds 2-1. Well, Smith this last offseason worked for an electrical wiring company in the offseason, and also for a fire and water damage restoration company. So Jesse Smith is a guy that doesn't just work with his hands during the baseball season, but he works with his hands in the offseason, probably more so than when he pitches. Mark Ray ready. 2 outs, 1 man on. The 2-1 pitch is pulled foul right towards Ty Boykin. And Boykin showed a little bit of quickness there, hopping out of the way of that hard-hit line drive. 2 balls, 2 strikes on David Gates and 2 outs in the 5th inning. Travs 5, Wranglers 1. Mark Ray, who may be the only pitcher that works slower than Cedeno, now gets the sign quietly into the stretch. The 2-2 to Gates is fouled in the air over to the press box level at the first base side. A few luxury suites out there. Just yesterday, George Brett was sitting 2 booths to my right, along with his wife, who is a local girl from here in Wichita. Brett didn't stay for the end of the game as the Travs broke it open in the 8th and won by 5. Gates and Mark Ray in a little battle here. Another 2-2. He takes it high, ball 3. Full count from Mark Ray to Gates. Cedeno is still responsible for the runner at first, Elward, but so far 5 runs charged to Cedeno on 8 hits and 3 walks. 2 wild pitches, a home run, all coming in 4 1/3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Elward on the move. The pitch to Gates is inside, ball 4. And Gates is aboard. That's the 4th walk issued by the Wranglers pitching staff. Now Greg Porter comes to the plate. Porter walked his last time up. Greg also homered back in inning number 2. So Porter with a solo shot. He scored twice. And a chance to put the Travs ahead by 5, possibly 6. A home run would make it 7. Top of the 5th inning, lasting a good long while. Mark Gray will throw to Porter, and he almost hit him. Greg got away from it, close to the right elbow is where that pitch came in. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, it sounds like some of the Wrangler fans getting restless here. They've won only 1 game this season in 8 tries, and they trail by 4 here in the 5th inning today. Here's a 1-0 to Porter. A swing and a miss. Got a good swing at that fastball, but it tailed under the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's also been a couple of seasons since the Wranglers made the playoffs. They had a string of about 8 seasons in a row in postseason, but didn't make it 2 years ago, and they didn't make it last year. 1-1 to Porter is low, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 seasons ago, it was Tulsa winning the first half. Frisco won the second half. Last year, Tulsa winning the first half. Travelers won the second half. So the Wranglers, who were always at the postseason, been a while, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be much of a first-half team this year. 2-1 pitch to Porter is inside, a little low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Well, the Wichita fielders are just looking around, trying to stay in this game somehow, but the way Cedeno and Mark Gray have worked, it's a wonder that they are able to stay in the game at all. These guys work so slow. The 3-1 to Porter, he swings and fouls it off his body. And a very good swing at that one, but it's 3-2. Mark Gray does everything carefully, planting his right foot into the slot in front of the pitcher's rubber. He holds the ball in a changeup grip. A long look at the sign. And now the stretch. And the 3-2 to Porter. He swings and misses and strikes out to end the 5th inning. A big curveball gets Greg out for the first time today, and the Travs do not score any runs in the 5th inning. They got no hits, and they stranded 2, but that inning seemed to take forever. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's the Travelers 5 and the Wranglers 1. This is Traveler Baseball on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, piping good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. No matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Now, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Bottom of inning number 5 here in Wichita. The Travs leading 5-1 over a Wranglers ball club that seems to be a little bit slow-moving today and somewhat lethargic. It's going to be Matt Tupman leading off the 5th inning for Wichita with Walter Sevilla and Ángel Sánchez to follow. Chris Hunter set down 4 in a row. It's been a while since he threw a pitch after that marathon top of the fifth that did not equal any runs. Pitch on the way to Tupman. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Tupman will shoot one off the fifth. He got it over Brandon's head at shortstop and into left field for a base hit. Good effort by Wood, but just a little bit out of his reach, and so Tupman reaches with a leadoff single. Base hit number 4 for the Wichita Wranglers. And here's Walter Sevilla. Sevilla reached on a single in the third inning. He would score the only run of the game for the Wranglers. No one out, and Hunter delivers from the stretch and missed under the knees, ball 1. Strike zone a little small today, and that goes for both teams. Tupman leading away, and Hunter throws the 1-0, and it is chopped towards Brown, a chance for 2. He gloves it, he goes to second, 1 out, and Smith unable to get the throw out of his glove in time, and the throw is not in time either. Casey got a little bit handcuffed with the ball in his glove there, and it cost the Travs a chance for a twin killing. The out at second base, however, goes 5-4, and Sevilla safe at first.
0-74. Back to the top of the order for the Wranglers. Shortstop, Ángel Sánchez.
Here's Ángel Sánchez, who's grounded out and walked. Throw over to first base is not in time. Boy, Hunter trying to keep focus throughout this long game today. He's done a fine job so far. Here's a pitch to Sánchez. In there for a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Pitchers like to get to a routine and get into a rhythm, but sometimes that has to do with how their opponent pitcher is doing. Hunter, 0-1 pitch is low, and it got behind Wilson. It'll go to the screen. On to second base goes Sevilla, and charge Hunter with a wild pitch. So no more double play opportunity. 1 ball, 1 strike. While Hunter has been working fairly quickly, his mound opponents have not been. Juan Cedeno did not look comfortable at all in a 4 1/3 inning start where he gives up 5 runs. Hunter's 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and Sánchez finished that swing with his back foot over the plate. He took a wild hack at that one. One ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch is fouled in the air towards the beer garden. It got over the Traveler bullpen. Looks like the Travelers' 10, the relievers, are playing the same game that they did last year, where if a ground ball or a line drive or whatever comes their way in the bullpen, they're not allowed to move to get out of the way. If it hits one of them, so be it. They get a point. The 1-2 pitch. Sánchez pops it up in a shallow right field, and Casey Smith is able to make the catch, reaching out past his left hip and gloving it off to the side. Beautiful catch by Smith for out number 2, and that'll bring Lubanski up.
N34. Center fielder, Chris Lubanski.
Lubanski, a strikeout and a flyout today. And the first pitch to him is high and outside, ball 1. Travs leading 5-1 in the bottom of the 5th. And his game just seems to be on cruise control. Hunter's 1-0. Up high, fired to second by Wilson, but the tag is not in time. 2 balls, no strikes, with Sevilla getting back into second base. Hunter behind, 2 balls, no strikes. The right-hander comes home, and Lubanski fouls it over the press box, and it's 2-1. Travs got in front of the second inning today, and they'd been in front of the first inning each of the previous 2 nights. But unlike the last 2 games, the Travs have held the lead into the middle inning. The 2-1, Levansky swings and misses at a Hunter fastball. And now the count is 2-2. Hunter not paying too much attention to the man at second base. With 2 outs and a 2-2 count, focus on the hitter. And here's the pitch. Levansky swings and misses, and Hunter records his second strikeout of the game, both of them on Levansky on the very same pitch. A slider underneath the bat, and the Wranglers score no runs in the 5th inning on 1 hit. There was 1 man stranded, and we will go into the 6th inning. It's the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Wichita Wranglers 1 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Hey, Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for 1 case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlements. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We're going to the top of the 6th inning. It's the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Wichita Wranglers 1. 74 degrees here at 8:52 in the evening in downtown Wichita, Kansas. Clear and windy. There's still gusts of about 33 miles an hour. But you know what, folks? The wind hasn't really figured in too much today. There haven't been any wind-blown home runs. In fact, there's been only 1 home run, and Greg Porter's homer would have made it out of any ballpark, no matter how deep it is at dead center or how far the wind was blowing in. Travs have led ever since the 2nd inning, and now here in inning number 6, it's Casey Smith in the batter's box to face Thad Markray. Smith is 0 for 2, but he's hit the ball hard 2 times. Nothing to show for it as Markray pumps a fastball for strike 1 on the inside corner. Smith, Bacon, and Peel to bat in inning number 6 for the Travs. Only 2 of the starting 9 are without a hit today. And the pitch is grounded to third base, and it's picked up by Alex Gordon. He'll throw over to first, show off that arm, and it's a good one for out number 1. Checking Texas League scores, Corpus Christi had a 6-run rally in the bottom of the 5th against Frisco, and the Hooks lead the Rough Riders 6-0. Dwayne Bacon standing in. He'll have his first opportunity to bat from the left side. Bacon was all over the ball in his first 3 at-bats. As a right-handed hitter, he was 2 for 3 with a single and a double and a line out to the shortstop. Markray will throw the pitch to Dwayne, and he takes under the knees for a ball, 1-0. At San Antonio, the Missions trail Midland 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning at Wolf. Markray ready with a 1-0 pitch. Aiken swings and misses at a changeup, and it's 1-1. Springfield and Tulsa in the other North Division battle. It's all Cardinals, 6-3 in the 6th inning. Delivery to Bacon, low ball to 2, and it is 2-1 on the Trav center fielder. Springfield Cardinals got another home run from Reed Gurecki, his fourth. 10 hits for the Cardinals, and the Drillers have managed only 3. Mark Gray's 2-1 to Bacon. He swings and misses. Strike 2. Traveler batters have whiffed 3 times today. Bacon 7 strikeouts in 8 games. Mark Gray is ready, and he kicks and delivers, and the pitch to Bacon is grounded slowly into the hole at second base. Sevier ranging to his left, picks it up and flips over to first to retire Dwayne, and there's 2 outs in the 6th inning for the Travelers. Arkansas leading, however, 5-1. More action in the Wichita bullpen with Nate Holscher getting ready, a left-hander. Meanwhile, the Travelers starter Chris Hunter has given Arkansas 5 very good innings. And right now that's saying something, considering the Travelers starting pitching has not been outstanding in this series. Jesse Smith had the strongest start for the Travs, and he got a no decision on Tuesday. Here's a pitch to Aaron Teal, and it's a strike, and it's 0-1. Teal is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Talking about the Travelers starting pitching rotation, I mean, the Travs right now have 5 wins. Only one of them out of the starting rotation, and that was Stephen Shell last Friday in Springfield. Pitch to Peel is in the dirt, but he swung and missed, and it's 0-2. The other 4 wins are all out of the bullpen. Rich Thompson, Aaron Pullen, Bill Edwards, and Tim Bittner got yesterday's victory. Well, it looks like Chris Hunter has a chance to pick up that second win for the rotation. An 0-2 pitch to Peel, tailed inside with a changeup, ball 1. Mark Ray sort of showing up the plate umpire as he walked around the pitcher's mound. The catcher, Tupman, had to walk in front of the plate and tell him to get back up onto the mound and throw a pitch. He might not get the call next time. Here's the 1-2. Peel takes inside, another borderline pitch, and you knew Mark Ray wasn't getting that call. There's no way he was getting that close one after showing up the plate umpire, Abe Froman, after the 1-2. You don't show up, Abe Froman. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's low. That one was definitely low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No one on for Peel, 2 outs, and the payoff. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. It's dug out by Tupman. Steps outside the foul line and flips over to first to complete the inning. It's the first perfect inning thrown by a Wrangler pitcher today. Travs down in order, and we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Travelers 5 and the Wranglers 1. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live. Make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Chris Hunter back onto the mound for the bottom of the sixth inning. The Traveler right-hander has allowed the Wranglers only 4 hits and 1 run over the first 5 frames. He has struck out 2 and walked only 1 batter. So Hunter will face the number 3 batter, Billy Butler, here in the bottom of the sixth inning with a 4-run lead. Butler knocked in the only Wichita run back in inning number 3. First pitch here, a curveball in there for a strike. And it's 0-1 from Hunter to Butler. Both bullpens are busy right now as the wind-up by Hunter, and his pitch is launched in the air towards center field. Bacon is there. He leans over after going down to a knee, and the third base umpire signals a catch. The ball seemed to knuckle a little bit. One of those hard-line drives that doesn't have any spin on it, so it just flies out to one of the outfielders like a knuckleball, knuckling to the left and to the right and just herky-jerky all the way around. So Bacon, reading that one coming towards him, had to go down to a knee, and he was able to make the catch just before it hit a couple of blades of grass. Alex Gordon now the batter, and he is 1 for 2. Hunter delivers outside for a ball, 1-0. And the Wranglers, even though they've dropped 3 of the first 4 games of this series, they've hit the ball fairly well. Never scored less than 4 runs in a game in this series. Pitches outside, 2 balls, no strikes on Gordon. But today, Hunter has shut the bats down. Chris having a fine start. Here's his 2-0 to Gordon. There's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Hunter kicks, the right-hander's 2-1, and Gordon trying to get out of the way of the pitch. A check swing, and it falls in front of the plate. It's going to be a fair ball. Wilson picks it up just in front of the pitcher's mound and flips to first for out number 2. Well, Gordon did everything he could to get out of the way of that pitch, which rode up around his chin. He did get out of the way, but the bat didn't. And the bat put the ball in play right in front of the batter circle. Gordon never even ran. All he did was stand there, and the plate umpire pointed in fair territory, and it was a rather easy play for Bobby Wilson, and very alert. Mitch Maier, now the batter, he's 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. And Hunter goes from the windup. He misses low and outside with ball 1. Currently warming up in the Traveler bullpen is Rich Thompson. Hunter trying to finish a 6-inning start. The 1-0 is over the outside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The kick, the 1-1, down and in, 2 balls. 1 strike on Maier. Travs 5, Wranglers 1, bottom of the 6th. Wichita scored their only run of the 3rd. The Travelers have scored in 3 of 6 innings today. The 2-1 pitch. Maier swings and misses on a slider by Hunter, strike 2. Here comes Hunter with a 2-2 pitch. Up high, and it's a full count. A 3-2 count on Maier with 2 outs and nobody on, and the pitch is grounded to Smith at second base. Down to the knee to field it. Over to Porter at first, and a perfect 6th inning for Chris Hunter. 6 innings in the books. The Travelers 5, the Wranglers 1. Going into the 7th on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
If you're looking for answers from an auto parts store, get ready. Advanced Auto Parts is working harder to help you save money by doing it yourself. Get ready for ASE-certified experts who are ready to help. Get ready for in-depth information from our free do-it-yourself brochures. Get ready for Advanced TV, our exclusive in-store video network that will have you going from no way to knowing how in no time. For all the advice you'll ever need, the first place to go is Advanced Auto Parts. We're ready in advance.
Okay, here you go. The perfect house. So you ready to put in a bid? A what? It's a pretty tight market, and I'd really hate to see you lose out.
It's the first house you've shown us.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Not working with a Century 21 agent. Century 21 agents pledge to keep showing you properties until you're satisfied. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 Service Pledge to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 pledge is offered by participating officers. Each officer is independently owned and operated.
Hi, this is Ken Kincaid and Sean Arnell of Conference Call. Join us Monday through Friday right here on ESPN 1380 in Little Rock.
All SEC, all the time. Join Ken Kincaid and me for all the SEC action. If it's SEC, it's on Conference Call.
It's Conference Call Monday through Friday from 5 to 8 right here on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Six innings are complete here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Let's run through the totals quickly. For the Arkansas Travelers, 5 runs on 8 hits. 1 error committed by Arkansas, and the Travs today have stranded 6 men on the bases. Wichita has scored 1 run on 4 hits with 1 error, and the Wranglers have stranded 3. The Wranglers are now 3 deep into the bullpen. Nate Holscher has come out of the pen and replaces Thad Markray. Markray did a pretty good job. He goes an inning in 2/3. Gives up no hits, no runs, only 1 walk, and he struck out 2. So Daniel, the starter for Wichita, 5 runs, all earned on 8 hits, 3 walks in 4 1/3 innings. Holscher, a left-hander, comes on to the 7th, and it's Brandon Wood to lead off. Wood stepped out of the box before a first pitch could get thrown, and now he's back in there. 1 for 2 with a walk and a double. Brandon also scored a run. First pitch is in there, a curve for strike 1.
Standing for Arkansas, shortstop Brandon Wood.
Matt Brown is up next, and then Mike Elward. The 0-1 to Wood. He's out in front of the changeup and fouled it off his foot. It's 0-2. Brandon seems to be just a little bit ahead of pitches that aren't fastballs, at least decent curves and decent changeups. That seems to be what Wichita is getting him out on. The 0-2 is outside. Tried the backdoor breaking ball, but just missed it. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brandon Wood. You put a fastball up there, Brandon's he can crush it. The 1-2 is way outside. Another changeup, and Holscher just didn't hold on to it long enough. Wood's he'll get used to these off-speed pitches. I don't think there's a doubt. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and there's the changeup to strike him out for the 12th time this year. Wood in it is out number 1 in the 7th inning for the Travelers, and here's Matt Brown. Matt Brown hitless today. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He's got an 8-game hitting streak on the line. Holscher from the stretch. His pitch is a fastball for a strike. Up around the letters on the inside corner. 0-1. Arkansas leading 5-1. They'll try to get back into Little Rock with 6 wins in 9 games. 0-1 to Brown, swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Backhand stab by Sanchez, and a long throw across for the 2nd out. So Matt Brown might get another opportunity to extend that hitting streak to 9 games, but he's 0 for 3 at the moment.
Designated hitter, Mike Elward.
Here's Mike Elward. Elward a single, a run scored, a sac fly, a run batted in, and a fielder's choice. All told for Mike, 1 for 2. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball, strike 1 from Holscher. Holscher, a soft tossing lefty, who's making appearance number 5 on the year. 4 1/3 innings. Now 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits. He has surrendered 2 runs, 1 of them earned, struck out 6. The pitch to Elward missed a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Holscher working quickly. Nice to see. And the 1-1 is a fastball high and outside, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike on Elward with nobody on, and the Travs up by 4 in the 7th. There's a curve from Holscher, and he finds the strike zone. It's 2-2. The 2-2 to Elward in the dirt. Belcher in his second year with the Wranglers. He appeared in 51 games last season. The 3-2. Elwood swings, grounds right to the shortstop. Sanchez is there. Smooth throw to first. Side retired. Travs are down in order for the second consecutive inning, and it's time for the seventh inning stretch here in Wichita. The Travelers 5 and the Wranglers 1. Bottom of the seventh up next on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Here's the windup, pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at Travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs through the game, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, you'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.Travs.com.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Bottom of the seventh inning after the stretch here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The Arkansas Travelers leading the Wichita Wranglers by a 5-1 score. Phil Elson with you here at LDS, or Larry Do, as some people like to call it, here in South Kansas. And a fine game tonight for the boys from Little Rock. The Travs got ahead early today. They had a 4-0 lead going into the bottom of the third. Travs put up 3 runs in inning number 2. Bobby Wilson, an RBI double. He scored on a wild pitch, and Greg Porter hit a towering solo home run. Mike Elwer drove in Brandon Wood with a third-inning sacrifice fly, and after the Wranglers answered with one of the bottom of the third, the Travs manufactured one of the fourth with Greg Porter walking and scoring on an Aaron Peel single. And then we've gone 3 innings without a run so far. Chris Hunter is back on the mound for inning number 7. He has a streak of 6 consecutive batters set down, but it looks like it'll end here. Adam Kime with a little blooper base hit into right field in the first pitch of the inning. Just a little cheapy into shallow right. That's okay, though, because Kime back in the 4th inning turned on a ball and blasted it deep to left field, but the wind blew it back in, and it was caught to the warning track by David Gates.
Now batting designated hitter Kila Ka'aihue.
Here's Kila Ka'aihue. And Ka'aihue is 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice. Once to second and once to third. Hunter quickly steps off the rubber. Looks the runner back to first as Rich Thompson gets out of the Traveler pen and begins to warm again. Into the stretch goes Hunter, and he deals to the left-hander, and it's high. 1 ball, no strikes to Ka'aihue. Wranglers are still in this game. It just doesn't feel like it because Wichita has played such a lifeless, lethargic game. Hunter delivers a 1-0, and Ka'aihue takes a little low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Game has picked up pace a little bit ever since the Wranglers got rid of Juan Cedeno and took him out. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Hunter, and he missed outside, ball 3. I want to give the Wranglers any hope here, and certainly do not want to walk Ka'aihue with Matt Tupman on deck, and Tupman hitting over 400. Toss over to the plate. It missed inside, ball 4. And there is a very dangerous walk. That'll bring the tying run on deck for the Wranglers. Wood comes over from shortstop. He There's a quick word for Hunter. Now Bobby Wilson out from behind the plate. You don't see Ken Patterson making many appearances out of the Traveler dugout. We talked about it before. Some pitching coaches, they take a lot of walks out to the mound. Patterson, he's going to let his pitcher try to figure things out himself. Now time called by the dugout, and here comes Tyrone Boykin. And Boykin might be going to Thompson, who started warming up last inning. Ty is at the pitcher's mound now. He has not yet made up his mind whether he's pointing out to Thompson or if he's going to let Hunter remain in the game. Greg Porter comes over to join the chat along with Bobby Wilson and Casey Smith. Boykin looks out to the pen, points, and he's going to go for Rich Thompson. So Chris Hunter will leave the game after 6+ innings of pretty strong work. He surrenders 5 hits. So far, 1 run. He's responsible for 2 more runners. It's an AT&T call to the bullpen. Brought to you by AT&T. You can turn to double play with AT&T high-speed, AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. Make calls and access the internet at the same time using only 1 line. It's Rich Thompson out of the bullpen for the Travs, and we'll give you a 60-second break right here. Arkansas 5, Wichita 1 on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana your CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-TICK-ATT or visit thenewatt.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered. Taxes, other charges, and unsettled universal service cost restricted fee extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
It's Rich Thompson out of the Traveler bullpen to make his 3rd appearance of the season. Thompson, who has been very strong over his first 2 outings, has 1 win, no losses, and 1 save. In 5 innings, Thompson surrendered only 3 hits and 1 run. Walked 4, hit another batter, and struck out 2. Thompson from Sydney, Australia, 6 feet 1 inches tall, 180 pounds, and at 21 years old, he is the 2nd youngest member of this Travelers Ball Club. The only other player younger is Brandon Wood, and Brandon's 21 years old. Here's Thompson to face Matt Tupman. Thompson inherits 2 men on base, Kime at second, Ka'aihue at first. It's a 4-run ball game with the Travs leading 5-1. Tupman is 1 for 2. He is fly to left and single to left. Traveler infield guarding a bunt, but he will not bunt. He will take first pitch high, and it's 1-0. Now they'll back up a little bit and go to double play depth. Don't expect a bunt now with a 4-run lead. Outfield straight away and a little shallow. Thompson will step off. Good fastball for Thompson, but the key pitch for him, getting the slider over. Now at the stretch, here's the 1-0, and the fastball is low again, and it's 2 balls, no strikes on Tupman. The Travelers have been forced to come back in the last 4 games. Wichita has had a 3-run lead in each of the last 4 days, but today it's the Travs that had the early 3-run lead, and it's the Wranglers trying to come back. They've got the tying run on deck, and there's no outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Thompson pulls that hat pretty low on his forehead, gets the sign, comes home with a 2-0, and Tupman takes ball 3, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. There hasn't been a strike thrown in this inning, as Hunter allowed the leadoff man Kime to bloop a single on the first pitch, and then Chris missed with all 4 to Ka'aihue. And now Thompson is in danger of bringing the tying run to the plate. Here's the 3-0, and it's right down the middle for a strike. 3-1. Time called by the batter. Tupman thought Thompson took too much time. Adam Keim at second base and Ka'aihue at first. Thompson asks Wilson to come out to the mound, and they'll figure out what pitch they want to throw. Opening day tomorrow at Raywinder Field, and it's about 17 hours away from our first pitch of the season at Raywinder Field. To show up at the box office tomorrow, and you can get your ticket, $8 for a box seat, $6 for general admission, and the kids $3 less. Thompson and Wilson figure out the sign. The count is 3-1 on Tupman. Walter Sevilla, the on-deck hitter. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It is low, and Thompson walked him. The bases are loaded, and there's nobody out in the Wranglers' 7th inning. So it's getting dangerous now. Keim at third, Ka'aihue at second, and Tupman at first. This is the first chance the Wranglers have had with a tying run at the plate all game. Travs will play for 2 on the infield. Sevilla, a right-handed hitter, is 1 for 2. Thompson delivers a fastball right down the middle, and Sevilla takes strike 1. The outfield shifts a little towards right, expecting Sevilla to go the opposite way. Thompson at the belt, and now the 0-1 is low and outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Sevilla, in only his second Double-A game, he did have an RBI yesterday. Here's Rich with a 1-1. Sevilla swings and fouled it off Bobby Wilson's glove. Strike 2. Sevilla stays in there, holds the bat just above his batting helmet, wiggling around. Thompson's 1-2 pitch is grounded foul outside third base. It came with a slider inside, and Sevilla was unable to hold back. Thompson could use a strikeout here. He is a power pitcher. And he comes home with a plate. It's a slider in the dirt, and Wilson holds onto it. It's 2-2. Wranglers have hung around in this game, mostly because of the pitching of Thad Markray and Nate Holscher, keeping Arkansas scoreless over the last 3 frames. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thompson throws. Sevilla swings and stays alive with a foul ball into the parking lot over first base. Well, Sevilla, who is not a big guy, he's a middle infielder, and he looks like one. 5'7", 180 pounds, and he crouches over. Pretty tiny strike zone. The 2-2, up and in, and he almost hit him with a fastball. So the count now is full. The last 2 Wrangler hitters have walked. And you just get the sense that Sevilla's up there to foul anything away and just try to perhaps take a base on balls to force a run home. Another payoff pitch. Ball 4. It was low and away. It was a close one. And it's 3 consecutive walks to bring in Wichita's second run. Now the tying run is on base. The go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Ángel Sánchez. We're at the top of the Wichita order now. And the Wranglers do have a little bit of life. So Thompson has come on, faced 2 hitters, walked them both. And now it's Sánchez, a much more accomplished hitter than Sevilla. Here's a pitch. High and tight, ball 1. Thompson does not seem to have his release point down. The Travs are going to get a pitcher warming up at the bullpen. Bobby Zimmerman is very quickly trying to get his right arm loose. Sánchez entered the game hitting .333. And today he's grounded out, walked, and popped up. Bases juiced. Bottom 7, Travs 5, Wranglers 2. Thompson throws the 1-0. and missed again under the knees, ball 2. Rich trying to figure things out now as he grits his teeth and delivers the 2-0 pitch, and that's right down the middle for a strike. It's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Thompson kicks. Sanchez takes another pitch right down the middle, and it's 2-2. Now, the Wranglers haven't really had a swing with meaning since the first pitch of the inning. The 2-2 pitch. Sanchez swings a fly ball hit towards left center field. This should be enough to score a run. Bacon underneath it. He makes the catch in the power alley. Tagging from third is Ka'aihue, and he scores. That'll make it a 2-run game. The other runners hold. Tupman at second and Sevilla at first base. So, I mean, there's where the momentum can stop a little bit. It's the first out of the inning. And now you can close the book on Chris Hunter. 3 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits in 6 innings. And I'll tell you what, Hunter pitched better than allowing those 3 runs. Chris Lebansky now stands in to bat. He's 1 for 16 over this series, and tonight, 2 strikeouts and a flyout to right field. Doctor ordering a double play. Thompson from the stretch. Lebansky takes a slider low, ball 1. Traveler dugout, very unhappy with the strike zone of the plate umpire, Abe Froman. You can hear pitching coach Ken Patterson giving him a little bit of an earful. The 1-0 pitch is lined into right field. Aaron Peel coming on, sliding. Did he catch it? He did catch it. 2 outs in the 7th inning, and I'm not quite sure how Peel caught that ball. Aaron got a good break on it, but it continued to sink in front of him, and he just lunged out at the last second, sliding on his wallet, if he had a wallet in his back pocket, and somehow caught it before it hit the grass. So a huge second out, and Peel gave all the effort he could, but if he would have missed that one and it got behind him, there's a chance Lebansky could have circled the bases. So here's Billy Butler. Travelers 5, Wranglers 2, bottom 7, and at first and second, 2 outs. Butler's 1 for 3. And the pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Good fastball to get ahead 0-1. Thompson from the stretch. The slider's in the dirt. Wilson blocks it. It rolls off to the right. The runners hold. And boy, Tupman was about halfway to third base before electing to retreat back into second. 1 ball, 1 strike, and it looks like Thompson is struggling with his breaking ball. Ken Patterson, the Traveler pitching coach, has remarked that he believes that the secret for Thompson being successful is throwing his breaking pitches for strikes. Here's the 1-1. Butler swings, chops to Wood at shortstop, a backhand play, a slip over to second base, and they'll get the force out on Sevilla for the final out of the 7th inning. Could have been a lot worse. The Wranglers managed 2 runs on only 1 base hit. They were no Traveler errors, and there was 2 men stranded. 7 innings are complete as we head into the top of the 8th. It's the Travelers 5 and the Wranglers 3 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know. Think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also, specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
Here's the windup hitting on the way, and you can catch the Trans online at www.trans.com. The Arkansas Travelers has one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trans game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Trans online at trans.com. Purchase tickets, grab souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.trans.com.
KDXE North Little Rock.
Top of the eighth now at Lawrence Dumont. Travelers trying to get back on the scoreboard. They have not played a run since the fourth inning. They're holding on to a 5-3 lead over the Wranglers. Wichita just completed a two-run seventh inning on the aid of only one base hit. And the Wranglers today, their 3 runs, they scored only one of them with the aid of a hit. Bobby Wilson to lead off, and Wilson 2 for 3. He'll face Holscher. Second inning for Holscher, and he comes with a curve over the plate for a strike. And it is 0-1 on Wilson. Following Wilson, David Gates, and then it'll be Greg Porter. The 0-1 to Wilson. He swings and misses. He was way in front of a changeup. And now it is 0-2. Leo Nunez is warming up in the Wrangler bullpen. Right-handed pitcher. Holscher. He's the third hurler of the night for Wichita. Juan Cedeno, the starter, lasted only 4 1/3, gave up 5 runs. Mark for a 1 2/3. Holscher is 0-2, almost hit Wilson. He backed out of the way, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holscher sent down the Travs in order in the 7th inning. In fact, the Travs haven't had a hit since the 4th. That was against the starter Cedeno. Pitch to Wilson is up high, and it is 2-2. Here's Holscher's 2-2 pitch. Bobby grounds it past third, a fair ball, and that'll go all the way to the fence. It'll be extra bases for Bobby Wilson, his 3rd hit of the game. He goes into second, he turns and stops. It'll be a stand-up double for the Traveler catcher. So Wilson now with 7 hits in 2 games. 4 for 5 yesterday, 3 for 4 today. And David Gates will come up and try to put the Travs up by 3 once again. Currently a 2-run lead, 5-3. And let's see if the Travs can't cash in. Gates has grounded out, popped up and walked. He's 0 for 2. Facing the lefty Holscher, change-up specialist. Here's a pitch. Gates swings at a fastball and misses. Strike 1. It could be the only fastball he gets in this at-bat. Put a good-looking swing on it. Came up empty. No balls, 1 strike on Gator. Greg Porter on deck. Gates squares around. He's going to try to bunt. Holscher turns towards second base and does not throw it. So Ty Boykin wanted to play a little small ball to help guarantee that insurance run. Gates hasn't squared around yet. Holscher delivers. Gates squares, offers, misses. There's a throw to second by Tupman, and Wilson gets back in. So the count is 0-2. In case unable to get that bunt down, we'll see if Boykin has him bunting with 2 strikes. Gator with 4 sacrifice bunts in his career. Half of them came last season for Tom Gamboa's Travelers. He's not going to square around now. The 0-2 pitch is popped up this way and out of play. We have a final from Corpus Christi. The Hooks blank Frisco 6-0 on 5 hits. Josh Fagan connected on his 2nd home run for the Hooks. Holscher to the plate, 0-2 to Gates, low and inside, ball 1. 1-2. So Corpus Christi's win gives them 5 wins and 4 losses. And Midland leading San Antonio 5-1, so there's a chance the Hooks and the Missions will be tied, along with Midland going into the games tomorrow. 1-2 to Gates. Foul ball. Left it at the plate and stayed back on the breaking pitch. And it remains 1-2. So there's a three-way tie for first place in the North. Tulsa, Arkansas, Springfield, 5-3 records. Currently Springfield leading Tulsa 7-3 in the eighth. Another home run for the Cardinals hit by Matt Dreyer. Looks like there may be a three-way tie in the South Division. 1-2 pitch to Gates. Under the knees. A changeup missing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Very close pitch there. Gates waiting. Holscher delivering. Gates swings and misses with a changeup that must have floated in at about 50 miles an hour. Strike 3. One away in the eighth inning, and Porter now coming up. Greg Porter homered in the second, a solo shot. Walked and scored in the fourth, and was the final batter of the fifth inning with a strikeout. One away, and Wilson at second in the eighth inning, Travs up by 2. Porter will take a strike as it sweeps over the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Holscher, a good look at Wilson. Now comes home to Porter, and he fouls it slowly along towards the first base seats, and it's 0-2. Another slow, big breaking ball from Nate Holscher. The changeup he struck out Gates with must have been the slowest pitch ever recorded in the Texas League. The thing is, it wasn't really recorded. They don't have any radar gun readings here, but might not have broken a pane of glass. And Holscher now ahead of Porter 0-2. Here's a pitch to the plate, and Porter swings and misses. Strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout, and Porter's out number 2 of the eighth inning. Casey Smith will come up next for the Wranglers. For the Travelers. Smith hitless today. He's 0 for 3. And it looks like he'll be going up against a different pitcher. Here comes Frank White out of the Wichita pen. He points out to the bullpen and wants to make a change. He's had Leo Nunez warming up since the start of the inning. And it'll be Nunez to come on in relief of Holscher. It's an AT&T call to the bullpen brought to you by AT&T. AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. It's more than just speed. Check it out online at att.com. AT&T, your world delivered. 5-3, the Travelers leading. 2 outs, top of the eighth. We'll be back after a 60-second break on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-TICK-ATT or visit thenewatt.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2060 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered. Taxes, other charges, and the federal number system with cost recovery fee extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
Ready, set, go.
Well, finally, when that thing burns out, we're all going to be dead.
Leo Nunez is on in relief here in the top of the eighth inning. He relieves Nate Holscher.
Leo Nunez.
And Nunez will face the number 9 hitter Casey Smith as the Travs will try to get back up by 3 runs. Smith 0 for 3. Nunez comes home, and Casey takes a slider for a strike on the outside corner. Numbers on Nunez this year are not pretty. 2 games, 1 loss. He's allowed 4 runs on 2 homers and 5 hits in just 2 2/3 innings. The 13.50 ERA. An 0-1 pitch to Smith is popped up towards the first base dugout, and it's going to get out of play. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Casey Smith. Bobby Wilson still at second after that leadoff double. Holscher then struck out Gates and Porter. Holscher, strong performance, 1 2/3 innings. Struck out 3, allowed 1 hit, but he is responsible for Wilson. But Smith is in the hole at 0-2. Nunez gets the sign, and the young right-hander sets. Glance at second base. The kick, the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Nunez, 22 years old. He's from the Dominican Republic. 6'1", 165 pounds. Had some time with the Royals last year, but carried an ERA over 7.5. Now the 1-2 pitch comes to Smith. He stays alive. A chopper towards the third base seat. And it is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trav 5, Wranglers 3. Travs have been cruising along since the 4th inning, but then Wichita put up 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th, tightening the screws a little bit on this game. Infield and outfield straight away for Smith. You never quite know where he's going to go with it. Depends on where it's pitched. And the catcher wants it on the outside half. Nunez delivers, and Casey takes a slider low and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Casey, who is 2 for 15 this season, has driven only 1 run. I tell you what, he has swung the bat much better than 2 for 15. He's made a lot of solid contact and struck out just 1 time. Nunez is ready. His hands are together. Wilson a huge lead. The pitch to Smith is low. That's ball 3. On deck is Dwayne Bacon. At the top of the order, he's already had 4 plate appearances. So with 3 balls and 2 strikes, Wilson will not get a head start. He's the only man on the bases. He leads from second. Nunez comes home, and Smith pops it into shallow right field. That'll be a can of corn for Mitch Maier. He is there, and the out is recorded. And the Travs fail to score in the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Heading into the bottom of the 8th, Travs 5, the Wranglers 3, on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you? Yes, I need help. All right, sir, what's the problem? I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste. Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer. Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Okay. Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then, run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Rich Thompson will stay in the game to pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning. He is protecting a 5-3 lead for the Arkansas Travelers. Thompson, the Travs' second pitcher of the night, was able to record 3 outs in the 7th inning with a sac fly, a line out to right, and a ground out to shortstop. 4, 5, and 6 spots for the Wranglers in inning number 8. Bobby Zimmerman will be warming up all throughout the frame. Alex Gordon leads off. He's 1 for 3, left-handed batter. Thompson, the right-hander, comes home, and he missed outside with a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes on Gordon. Gordon today, single, fly to left, and an excuse me check swing, which produced a ground ball that was fielded by the catcher. A 1-0 pitch. Gordon takes ball 2 under the knees again. And it's 2 balls, no strikes. Mitch Maier is the next batter. He's 0 for 3. Then Adam Kime. He's 1 for 3. The 2-0 is swung on and flicked deep to right field by Alex Gordon. It's going to get over the head of Aaron Steele, and it is gone for a solo home run. Gordon's made it a one-run game with his second professional home run. Ball got out of here pretty quickly as Gordon comes to the plate to make it 5-4. So what once was a 4-run lead has dwindled down to a single run. The Wranglers have put up 3 runs over their last 8 hitters. And Mitch Maier now stands in. He's 0 for 3. Pitch on the way from Thompson, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Well, Thompson came with a fastball on a 2-0 count. Gordon was sitting right on top of it, and he crushed it. Thompson's 0-1 pitch to Maier. Tailed outside, and it's 1-1. So Zimmerman still getting ready in the Traveler pen. He should be ready sometime soon, but the Travs would like to see Thompson pitch the 8th inning. The 1-1 pitch is hit hard towards second base, and Casey Smith is there to glove it in short right field, and he'll throw it to first base for out number 1. Or Smith was playing a good 2 steps on the outfield grass, and perfect positioning, because if he was at normal depth second base, that ball gets through.
First baseman, Adam Kime.
Now it's Adam Kime stepping in. Kime this evening 1 for 3. First pitch, did it hit him? The plate umpire hasn't signaled one way or the other. It was very high and inside, and apparently it did not hit him. It bounced off the catcher's glove, so it's 1-0 on Kime. Kime today is fouled out to the catcher. Fly to the track in left field and blooped a single and scored. A 1-0 pitch to the right-hander. Kime grounds to third base. Matt Brown bobbles it. He recovers with his hand. He fires across and Porter's off the bag. He's safe at first base. Charged the error on Matt Brown. But it looked like that throw would have been in time, but since it was a throw that skipped in the dirt, Porter pulled his foot off the bag to make sure it didn't get behind him. The tying run is aboard.
Kila Ka'aihue.
Kila Ka'aihue standing in. Ka'aihue is 0 for 2, still without a double-A hit. Thompson's delivery is outside, ball 1. Tough play there for Brown. But once he was unable to play it cleanly, that pretty much cost him the out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ka'aihue took down low. It's ball 2. 2-0. The Travelers leading 5-4. Last half of the 8th. The Wranglers do have the momentum at the moment. They've scored only 1 run over the first 6 innings, and have put up 3 since the start of the 7th. 2-0 count. Dangerous pitch. Here it is. Grounded back to the mound. Played by Thompson. He'll throw to second base for Wood. 1 away. The relay to first. Rack him up. Double play. And the inning is over. A huge twin killing goes 1-6-3. And the Wranglers manage 1 run on the swing by Alex Gordon on the solo homer. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left. We'll go to the 9th inning. It's the Travelers 5 and the Wranglers 4 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world.
Right field by Alex Gordon. He's going to get over the head of Aaron Steele, and it is gone for a solo home run. Gordon made it a 1-run game with his second professional home run.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer. Okay. Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Travelers still in front of this game as we head into the 9th inning, but now it's 5-4. And the Arkansas Travelers come to the plate in the top of the 9th with the top of the order due to hit. Dwayne Bacon will start it off against Leo Nunez. Travelers' bats have gone silent over the last 4 innings. They've managed only 1 base hit since the 5th inning started, and that was Bobby Wilson's leadoff double in the 8th. But he was left on the bases. Here's Bacon at the plate, and Dwayne is 2 for 4. He'll bat left-handed. Single, double. Line out to short, ground out to second. Corners are up a little bit with Nunez still looking for the sign. And the lithe right-hander goes to work against Bacon, and Dwayne takes a strike at his knees, and it's 0-1. Second inning of work for Nunez, who got the only batter he faced in the 8th inning out, retiring Casey Smith on a fly to right field. 0-1 to Bacon, popped up on the infield, on the right side of it. Sevilla in at second base, and he takes over and makes the catch. And that's out number 1 in the 9th inning. Zimmerman back to work in the Traveler pen, so we will see Bobby Zimmerman come on for the 9th. With a chance for what would be his second save. Hopefully he'll have at least a 2-run lead to work with, but for the moment, 1-run lead is good enough. Keel the batter. Aaron is 1 for 4 with an RBI single back in the 4th. First pitch he swings and misses out in front of a slider, strike 1. The Wranglers, when they come to the plate of the 9th, will start with Matt Tupman, Walter Sevilla, and then Ángel Sánchez, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Keel popped one out of play over the first base seat, strike 2. Travs, 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. Wichita, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Starting pitchers are the pitchers of record, Chris Hunter for Arkansas and Juan Cedeno for Wichita. Nunez kicks, and the 0-2 is smacked towards center field, but right to Chris Levansky. He is there and makes the catch, and Keel is gone for out number 2. Now Brandon Wood comes up. Wood with a double today back in the 3rd inning. He's also walked and scored a run. Hit a fielder's choice to short and struck out. The strikeout was his last at-bat. Nunez winds, and Wood takes one right down the middle. Strike 1. Wood tall in the box, daring Nunez to throw another fastball. And he does, but it's low. It's ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Wood waits, and here's the 1-1. He swings and misses at the slider, strike 2. A 1-2 pitch on the way, and here it is to Wood. A swing and a miss on a fastball. And Nunez strikes him out with heat. The Travs go down in order in the 9th inning, but they still lead 5-4. We go to the bottom of the 9th on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Ray Winter Field, 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstiles. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winter Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray Winter Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
Travs looking for 3 outs to record what would be their 6th win of the 2006 season. They carry a 5-4 lead into the bottom of the 9th and hand it over to Bobby Zimmerman. Zimmerman, 6 feet 5 inches tall and at 245 pounds. He will try for the save here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Zimmerman will make his 3rd appearance of the year. He has pitched 3 innings, surrendering only 1 hit, no runs. He's walked the batter, no strikeouts. Zimmerman will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitter. Rich Thompson went 2 innings, relieving Hunter in the 7th. Gave up 1 run on the homer by Alex Gordon. He walked 2 and went 2 innings. While Thompson didn't look very sharp, still just the 1 run, so he did carry the lead and hand it over to the closer. Tupman will lead things off. Matt Tupman is 1 for 2. He's fly to left, single to left, and walked. Zimmerman will wait for the music to subside. It does, and he steps on top of the pitcher's mound. Infield is deep up the middle. A couple of steps in front of them are the corner infielders. Zimmerman offers a first pitch low, and it's ball 1. 5 runs on 9 hits for the Travelers. Wranglers, 4 runs, 6 hits. Zimmerman's 1-0 pitch. Tupman looks inside, a little bit low perhaps. 2 balls, no strikes. Traveler pitchers have walked 4 men today. Zimmerman's 2-0 was up high, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Three walks came in the 7th inning. Zimmerman's 3-0 is right in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Traveler pitchers walked only 1 batter over the first 6 innings. That was Chris Hunter. And now here's the 3-1, ball 4. Under the knees, and the tying run is aboard with nobody out. Walter Sevilla comes up next, and you've got to imagine they're going to try to sacrifice the runner-up. Walter Sevilla is going to be the batter at the plate. First, Zimmerman will have a chat with his third baseman Brown and the first baseman Porter.
Second baseman Walter Sevilla.
Here's Sevilla. You would expect him to be quite handy in a sacrifice bunt. Only 5 in a 3-year career. He's going to square. The pitch is inside, and it almost hit him. 1 ball, no strikes. Brown will remain in at third base. Wood covering from shortstop to second. Porter's up at first. Smith hanging in the middle at second base. Here's the pitch. A square and a bunt towards Porter. Gregg will field it. Wheel and throw to second base. He gets the force out at second on Matt Tupman. 1-6 goes the play, and a very alert job by Gregg Porter. And you got to imagine Bobby Wilson helped him out from behind the plate. He saw that Tupman didn't get a great jump, and Porter did get a good jump on the pitch to the plate, so he fielded it about, maybe 30 or 40 feet down the first base line. So the force out at second goes 1-6, and Sevilla is at first, unable to get that sac bunt down. Now we're at the top of the order with Ángel Sánchez. Sanchez tries to bunt 2. He gets it down to the third base side. Zimmerman gloves it. He fires to first. He gets the out. Big out number 2. That bunt took everybody by surprise. Sanchez obviously bunting for a base hit, but unable to reach. 1-3 goes the out at first base, but Sevilla does move up to second. So the tying run is at scoring position for Chris Lebansky. Lebansky might be the one man that they do not want to the plate, meaning Wichita. 0 for 4 today and 3 for 32 on the season. Zimmerman is ready, and he delivers. And it is swung on and popped up. Third base side foul territory. Brown giving chase over to the seats, but it is 1 row deep. Strike 1. Travs 5 and the Wranglers 4. The Wranglers down to their final out in this homestand. They've dropped 3 of 4 to the Travelers. And Lubanski stepping back in. 0 for 4 today, 2 strikeouts, 2 flyouts to right field. The big right-hander Zimmerman gets the sign, and he comes home with an 0-1 and is fouled away by Lubanski. It is strike 2. Zimmerman calmly walking around the mound on the first base side, goes up to his mouth with his right hand, wipes it off on his right pant leg. Bobby walks onto the pitcher's rubber, looks in for the sign from Bobby Wilson. He gets the sign into the stretch, and now the 0-2 to Lubanski is high and away with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lubanski's driven only 1 run this year. It was on a solo homer in the first series of the season. Lubanski windmilling the bat around. Zimmerman still staring in, and he'll step off the rubber. Go back behind the mound. Look to the outfield. David Gates shading to the left field corner. There's a gap in left center. Zimmerman now looking for that sign again. He gets the sign. Wilson sets up down the middle. Here's the pitch. A swing and a pop-up. Shallow left field. Brandon Wood is out there from shortstop, and David Gates calls him off. Gates makes the catch. This game is over, and the Travs hold on for a 1-run win. For the Wranglers in the 9th inning, no runs, no hits, 1 man left, and the final score from Lawrence Dumont Stadium is the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Wichita Wranglers 4, and you can put it in the books. The Travelers return to Little Rock with 6 wins and 3 losses. They take 4 of 5 from the Wranglers, and although this game went down to the last out, still a pretty impressive win once again for the Arkansas Travelers as they celebrate with high fives and butt slaps on the infield. 5-4 the final score. The Travs win it. We'll come back after this with the Allstate Insurance postgame report on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards.
Well, it's just a recap of the game, really, so
up to $500.
There's no time
limit.
It's
not just about saving money.
It's usually
safe driving
3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive.
All right, you should have time.
That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwest Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
The Arkansas Travelers victorious tonight at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The Travelers tonight defeat the Wichita Wranglers by a final score of 5-4. Getting to the recap of this baseball game. First, the unofficial final totals. For the Travelers, they scored 5 runs on 9 hits, committed 2 errors, and stranded 7. The Wichita Wranglers scored 4 runs on 6 base hits, committed 1 error, and also stranded 7. Chris Hunter gets the win. It's his first AA victory, and he's 1-0. Juan Cedeno takes the loss, falls to 0-1. Bobby Zimmerman got the save. Home runs by Greg Porter and Alex Gordon. Getting to the recap now, the Travs got out ahead in the second inning today against Juan Cedeno. After a leadoff single by Mike Elwood, Bobby Wilson comes to the plate, and Wilson had 4 hits yesterday, and he just left off where he started where he left off from last night. Wilson, a very balanced approach to the plate. Pretty close up there, deep in the box. Cedeno kicks, comes home with a 1-1, and Bobby shoots it towards the corner in left field. That is a base hit. It got by the outfielder Butler all the way to the fence. We're off to the races. Elwood to third base. They'll try to score him. Here comes Sanchez with a cutoff throw home. It won't be in time. And chugging for third base is Wilson. He is safe. It was an RBI double for Bobby Wilson, putting the Travelers ahead 1-0. He would go to third base on the throw home, and then would score on a wild pitch by Cedeno. The very next pitch came to Greg Porter, and it was out of here quickly. For some reason, he lost a little command last year. Porter gets a hold of a pitch, a high fly ball to deep center field. Greg Porter's hit a moonshot for a solo home run. There's your RBI, Greg Porter, and that makes it 3-0. So 3-0 on the first homer of the year by Porter, and the Travs would then make it 4-0 in the third. Brandon Wood led off with a double. He would go to third on a ground out and score on a sacrifice fly by Mike Elwood. The Wranglers got on the scoreboard in the third inning against Chris Hunter. 1-out single by Walter Sevilla, a walk by Ángel Sánchez, and an RBI single from Billy Butler would make it a 4-1 Traveler lead. Travs offense started to falter in the fifth, but in the fourth inning they were back out there once again. You'll have to pardon me while I turn the crowd microphone down. They're shooting fireworks. Porter with a walk in the fourth inning. He would go to second on a wild pitch and score when Aaron Peel singled to center with 2 outs. It was 5-1 Travelers after the fourth inning, but that would be the last run the Travs scored. In fact, the RBI single by Peel, the Travs would only make up one more hit the rest of the game. Wichita didn't do much against Hunter until the seventh inning. In fact, Chris had set down 10 of 11 until Adam Kine begins the seventh with a single to right field. Kila Ka'aihue then takes a 4-pitch walk. That ended Hunter's night. Rich Thompson came out of the bullpen, and he also walked Matt Tupman to load the bases, bringing the tying run to the plate. Walter Sevilla then took a base on balls, forcing a run home and cut the Traveler lead to 5-2. A sac fly by Ángel Sánchez would make it 5-3. And then Chris Lubanski followed with a sinking line drive to shallow right field. Aaron Peel, perhaps with a game-saving play, sliding catch. If it got past him, Lubanski may have been able to circle the bases for a 3-run inside the park homer, but instead, the Travelers' lead was 5-3 after the seventh inning. It would be whittled down to 5-4 when Alex Gordon began the eighth with a home run to right field, second of the year for Gordon. But that would be all that the Wranglers could manage. Even though they got the leadoff man on in the ninth inning, they could not bunt him up. Sevilla tried to bunt Tupman up to second base, but Greg Porter made the play, and forced out at second base was Tupman. And then Bobby Zimmerman makes a fine play off the bat of Ángel Sanchez's bunt, and Chris Lubanski flies out to left field to end this game. The final score, the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Wichita Wranglers 4. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report, we will check the scores from the Texas and the Major Leagues on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report here on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world.
Thank you.
Delivered.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back to action here at the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report. You can hear all of the fireworks shooting off in the distance as the Arkansas Travelers have defeated the Wichita Wranglers today by a final score of 5-4. having some trouble with the minor league scoreboard here, folks, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to get you the scores from around the Texas League and the Major League, so just give me a couple of moments. We'll try to get this in here. Well, we're not going to be able to do this for the moment, so what we're trying to do here, folks, is I know some of you really like to hear those scores. We'll take one more break on the Allstate Insurance Post-Game Report, and then we'll return, wrapping up the broadcast and giving you the scores on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365
I can't hear you with all these goddamn fireworks.
You drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are.
I can't hear you. You need to talk louder.
For every 6 months you don't have an accident,
Try again.
Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill.
Yes.
That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Feature is optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back to the Allstate Insurance Post-Game Report. Phil Elson with you on Little Rock's ESPN 1380. The Arkansas Travelers tonight defeat the Wichita Wranglers by a 5-4 final score, and that'll push the Travs record to 6-3 heading into the home opener tomorrow night. And it'll be a 4 o'clock home opener tomorrow, and make sure you get there for the gates opening at 2:30 in the afternoon. I'll let you know who the starting pitchers will be in just a moment. We have been able to reset this internet connection, so we've got some scores from across the Texas League and the Major Leagues. If the internet browser is going to work for me. And you know what, folks? I think we're having one of those days where technology just seems to break down on you. And so right now I have absolutely no way to get scores from across the minor leagues and the major leagues. So we're just going to say the heck with it. The only score that mattered today was the Arkansas Travelers winning tonight over Wichita by a 5-4 final score. Official final totals for the Travelers, it was 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. And the Travelers today stranded 7. For Wichita, it was 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, and also 7 men left on base. The winning pitcher tonight is Chris Hunter. 6 innings for Hunter. He gave up 3 runs on 5 base hits, and now Chris with a record of 1-0. Juan Cedeno takes the loss. He falls to 0-1. Bobby Zimmerman got to save his second. And we do not have a time of game or any attendance as usual, so we won't be able to give those to you. So the Travs are now 6-3, while Wichita drops to 1-8. Home opener at Raywinder Field is tomorrow afternoon. A 4 o'clock first pitch. We'll have the gates opening at 2:30, and the ITT Tech pregame show will be live on the air at 3:40 here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. A big thanks to Brad Hicks back at the studios, and to you fans for tuning in. This is Phil Elson from Ballpark in Wichita. Again, our final score: the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Wichita Wranglers 4. We'll talk baseball again on the home opener tomorrow afternoon.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute,